Hello! Hi, everybody! Woo! We're back! Hold on. I just realized I should probably have BGM for this since it's just yapping. But welcome in, Kumatora, Azure, Jay, Mike, Mr. Undertaker, Kumo, welcome! Welcome in! I'm back from Japan and Hawaii. I am so. I was so excited to leave, but I was also very excited to come back. With her presence before she flees the country again in a month. Actually, wait, how did you know that? Or was that just hypothetical? Because I might actually be leaving in a month again. Let's see how many food pics she held out on us. I have a lot of food pics. I don't think I posted everything. Yeah, again, yeah. I think looking at my schedule right now, I am probably traveling once a month. I have a trip planned, whether it's work or personal, all the way up until August. And I was like, oh Lord help me. I'm gonna be so tired. But there's gonna be so many memories. So I'm like, this is fine. This is fine. Deku, welcome in. You must have great PTO. I do. Oh my gosh. I've accrued so much PTO. I really should burn it off more and a little bit fast. Well, it doesn't have to be faster. But yeah. So I'm actually trying to remember everything that happened in the beginning. Because I remember... Okay. So I left a day earlier than I was supposed to, because if you don't know, if you're not in America, I'm sure if you're in the States you have heard all about this, but there was a ton of snow and ice on the East Coast and all over the country in places you wouldn't expect, like Texas and stuff. I am not in Texas, but it was so funny because I was planning to leave Saturday, which is when they were saying the snow was gonna start. So on Wednesday, I believe, I swung by my supervisor's cube. Oh, Hildonium! Thank you for the hydrate. Welcome in. So, Wednesday I swung by my supervisor's cube, and he was just like, so, when are you leaving again? And I'm like, I'm leaving Saturday. And he was like, Jemmy, no, you need to get out now because it's gonna snow. And I was like, yeah, I figured that, but it looked like it was gonna snow in the afternoon. And he was like, no, you need to move your trip up. You need to leave a day earlier. And so of course I have to scramble and make sure all of my hotels, or my first hotel had an extra day, all my flights were fixed. Oh my gosh, Kai, 43 months is crazy. I just realized, desktop audio is not. Oh, I forgot to turn on sound alerts, but okay, no sound alerts today because I don't know how to fix that right now. So what happened? Yeah, so I had to leave on Friday and just book it out of here before the snow hit. Which I was a little nervous still because I was like, whoa, my flight was going from my original airport to DFW, so Dallas Fort Worth in Texas. And I was just like, okay, it's still supposed to snow in Texas. Am I going to be able to make it out in time before it snows? And I did, luckily. There was one thing though. So I learned this the hard way a little bit, because when you go overseas and if you have Verizon, you don't have an automatic international plan. I think with T-Mobile you do. As my old roommate told me, because she had T-Mobile and she travels a lot, so she had an international built in. My parents were just like, okay, so that we don't have to pay Verizon the international plan, because that's a lot. Why don't you do eSIM, which I guess they're you could get an eSIM from another app, but found out right before I boarded the plane to Japan, I couldn't. I had already bought the eSIM, but I couldn't install it because my phone wasn't unlocked. So that's a lesson there. If you are trying to do that, make sure that your phone is unlocked or paid off. So that's something to consider. Let's see. So I had two options for this trip. I either had a really, really long 4-hour layover in Texas, or I would have a really, really long layover in Haneda Airport in Tokyo. And the last time I went to Japan, there was a technical difficulty in the beginning of my trip where my first flight got super delayed because the engine broke or something like that. Check my other VOD for true details. So I ended up, because I was with my coworker at the time, we ended up missing our connecting flight to Tokyo because there wasn't enough time. So I was like, okay, this time around, I'm gonna give myself a lot of time between my first and my second flight, because it's within America and things tend to happen in America. So I was like, I'll give myself a longer layover in the States and then a shorter layover in Tokyo. However, I forgot when I'm in Tokyo, I have to go through immigration. And I'm like, I see. Right. So that took longer than I expected. When you do go to Japan from the States, if you have a visa and you're also trying to, you're trying to go through customs, they do have a QR system now that you could do on your phone. So it could get you through customs and immigration much, much quicker. However, if for some reason you have a different passport because you're on a working status or something, and then your QR code is linked to your personal tourism passport, that's when things get a little bit sticky, because that's what happened to me. Because I did the QR code thing and everything. I gave it to them and I was like, yep, I'm ready to just fly through immigration. And they're like, do you have another passport? And I'm like, did I need my other passport? And then I thought about it and I was like, the first time I filled out this QR code thing was when I went to Japan for the missions trip. So no, I did not use my work passport for that. I used my personal one. Oh. So I had to go through all of immigration and all of customs the manual way. And I was like, will I make it to my connection in time? Because where was I? I was at Terminal 3. I think Terminal 3 is the international airport for Haneda. So I'm there. I make it through immigration as quickly as I can. But I'm like, how do I get to my connecting gate to get to Okinawa? I find out Okinawa's gate is in Terminal 1. Or 2. I can't remember. It was a terminal that I was not at. And I was like, okay, how do I get from this terminal to that terminal? You have to take a shuttle bus. I'm like, okay, I have 45 minutes to make it to my connecting flight. I have to move terminals and leave my terminal, so that means I have to recheck in my bag to the next terminal. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I was texting my coworker who was in Okinawa, who was going to pick me up, and I was just like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time because I have like 40 minutes to get to the next gate. What am I gonna do? What if I miss this flight? It's already like 9 p.m. I don't know if there's any more flights going to Okinawa. And I was like, am I gonna get stuck in Tokyo? He's like, you might, but they know that you're on your way, so they're probably gonna wait for you. And I'm like, will they be that nice? Yo, American airports could never. Because I got there, I got on the shuttle, which I had to wait for 3 other shuttles because the line was so long to get on the bus. And I'm standing there, I'm like, I have like 15 minutes to get to this gate. What do I do? I'm not gonna make it. I'm dooming. As I'm like standing on the bus, I get off the bus. I book it to... Hold on. Sorry. I book it to Japan Airlines desk. There's nobody there. I don't have a boarding pass. I don't have nothing. I just have my confirmation code. Thank you for the bless yous. And so I'm running around. I don't know what to do. I finally find somebody who can help me. And She helps me get my bag through. This is 15 minutes before before the plane is supposed to depart. And she helps me check in, and I'm just like, is there still time for me to make it? And she was like, yeah, you should be able to make it, because apparently they pushed the flight back 10 minutes. But I'm like, it's 10 minutes. I don't know how security is going to be. Security got through very quickly. So quickly. I was like, right. Japan's very efficient. This is great. I made it to my gate 5 minutes before it departed. Actually, once I got there, they were still boarding. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? I don't have to be here an hour beforehand. It was so nice. I made it to Okinawa after that, because I was so stressed, guys. You could imagine. I bet you could imagine. I was so stressed, but we made it. I made it to Okinawa. My coworker picked me up, dropped me off at my hotel. I was so tired because I think I got there at like midnight. But then I made an oopsie because I checked in. They gave me my key. I walked to the elevator. I took the elevator up to my floor. Got off on the floor. Where'd I put my key? I just had it. How did I lose it from the front desk to the floor? So I had to go back down, humble myself, and be like, I'm so sorry. I lost my key. Can I have another key? I know. I don't know. How many hours without sleep were you in? Oh my god. Did I sleep? I did sleep. But like, I slept very awkwardly because I kind of sat by like a bigger guy on the first flight. So I kind of had to like move my body, like contort my body a little bit, just so we weren't like touching or anything. And then the second trip, or the second leg of the flight, of the trip, where did I sit again? I don't remember. I don't remember where I sat, but it was fine, I think. I fell asleep. I did not play my Switch almost at all this trip, surprisingly. So I finally make it to my hotel. But before I got to the hotel, I asked my coworker, I was like, can we please stop by the konbini? Because I really just, I haven't had food because I was rushing through Haneda trying to get here. Can we please stop by a konbini? He was like, okay, which one? I was like, Family Mart. I want a Famichiki. So, of course, the first thing that I get in Japan is a Famichiki. It was so good. It was so worth it. Unfortunately, it was a little cold because of my whole hubbub with trying to get into my room, but that was okay. So, I got my frachiki, but it was definitely a Family Mart. But it was also so late, I was like afraid that they might not have it anymore. But it all worked out. So they also, so one thing that I forgot to pack was body lotion. So I was like, you know what? Japan probably has good skincare products, so I'm just gonna buy a lotion in Japan. So it's midnight. And I'm like, I'm gonna go get ready for bed. And then I unpack stuff and I'm like, I forgot I don't have lotion. Because I didn't have enough time to buy it. Because I think I was gonna buy it at the airport, was my original plan. So, at maybe 1 a.m. in the morning, I walked to 7-Eleven. Excuse my manly man ignorance, but what's body lotion? What? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's lotion for your body. If you have dry skin, like me, you really need to apply lotion after you take a shower or a bath. It's soap? It is not soap. Oh, okay. I don't know how to explain this to you, Karma. Body lotion is just body lotion. But okay. So I walk all the way to 7-Eleven. They don't have it. Have to go to the Family Mart across the street. They have it. Even though I was just at Family Mart, I was like, what? Skincare stream when? I am not that versed in skincare to educate you guys on skincare, I don't think. So moisturizing cream, basically. Let's go with that. I think that's a good description. Hold up, let me just also make sure I'm looking at the right photos. Okay, so just use coconut oil. That's too oily. That doesn't, well, does it absorb? I don't know. I don't know if skin, it might take a bit longer for that to sink in, I think. I don't know. I don't know the actual properties. I just know I need lotion. But okay, so like, I'm, of course, konbini, lots of good foods there. I was really tempted to get this at 2 a.m. in the morning, but I was talked out of it because it was very late. So I'm like, but good dive at Lawson. Okay, I got this the body lotion at Lawson. That's what it was. So breakfast. So I stayed at the Okinawan Beach Tower. So if you want a reference, if you go to Okinawa, that hotel is right on the beach, and I would recommend it actually, because I stayed at a different hotel last time, but this is a good place to stay. They have an all-inclusive buffet breakfast with your room, and also they give you a ticket to use the bathhouse next door for free. And I was like, what? I get to use a bathhouse? This is great. I am going to relax so much. So breakfast was a kind of crazy spread. Oh, TZ, I was just stepping in the shower when I got the stream starting notif. My bad. It's okay. I can mod if needed. Also, Critical is here. So if you need to step away, I totally understand. But yeah, is the bathhouse cool with tattoos? This particular one had signs that tattoos were not allowed. Or if you had one, you had to cover it up. Which is kind of a standard around a lot of bathhouses / onsens. So if you do have a tattoo and you are looking to go to a bathhouse or an onsen or something along those lines, definitely check out their guidelines beforehand, because I have heard that there are ones that are okay with tattoos. Like, they will let you in, no problem. But I think I've heard more often than not that they're not allowed. I actually have a friend, he always wanted to get a tattoo, but he was like, I'm resisting getting a tattoo because that means I can't go to the bathhouses or onsens. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's a good reason. I have a few, so I always gotta ask. Yes, you gotta make sure you check in with them before you book, if that's where you want to go. I think all of the ones that I've been to in Japan have had rules against it. I haven't found one personally that allows it. But yeah. So this was breakfast. In Okinawa, they are big on this thing called taco rice, which is really just a taco rice bowl. It's essentially a burrito bowl. I don't know if it's really that much different than what we have here in America. You're in Japan, I would say I'm jealous, but in this case, I'll make an exception with a conviction rate of 99%. A conviction rate. But no, I'm not in Japan right now. I'm back home. I was taught tattoos are against Christianity as they litter the temple of the Holy Spirit, that is your body. There is also that belief in some. So, yeah. But if you have one, don't hold it against you. Especially if you made that decision before you came to Christ, Okinawa is origin of most karate. Is it really? I could believe that. But yeah, okay, so at the Okinawan Beach Hotel or Tower, they do have a big breakfast buffet, so you have a lot of options. I think this this one over here was actually, what was this? Oyakodon. It is? Oh, dang. Okay, thanks, Lavi. Okay, they also had, there's a very interesting mix of things for breakfast food, because they had paella, they had chicken nanban, which is just really karaage with tartar sauce. And if you haven't tried karaage or chicken with tartar sauce, I know it's not something you think of normally, but I highly recommend it. It's so good. They also had, of course, omelet, which compared to everything else, I was like, I'm gonna go eat the other things. I'm glad I just ate because I think the stream would make me super hungry. Welcome in, Austin. Yeah, there's a lot of food pics coming up. Also, Schultzy, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. Hi. Good to see you again. It's good to be back. Oh. No, excuse me. Hold on. I'll drink water. Yeah, so they also had, I went a little crazy with the fish because I love raw fish. So they also had maguro, they had minced tuna, they had squid, which I really just focused on these two, and rice. It was great. They also, Okinawa is also really known for their sea grapes, which are these things. I did not get around to trying them. I was curious, especially since everybody was telling me like, oh yeah, it's the Okinawan specialty, you should try it. But I don't know, it's something about it. Something about it. I was like, maybe not. But mentaiko, great. I love mentaiko. Let's see, yeah, so not the healthiest breakfast, also kind of really gluttonous. This was my breakfast the first day in Okinawa. So I had curry, I had chicken nanban, I had paella, miso soup, or was this Okinawan soup? I think I got Okinawan soup. And then the maguro, minced tuna, rice. Yeah, I was full for a very long time that day. Nothing wrong with curry for breakfast? Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong. It's just, this was, yeah. Veggies where? I mean, I got ginger, and I got shiso, and green onion, and that bit of tomato. So, yeah. I will not feel bad. Though I did miss this, because I didn't see it until I was leaving. They did have xiaolongbao there, and I didn't get to try it. I was sad. But, yeah, so that first day, this was... What day did I arrive? I arrived Saturday night, so this was Sunday. So, like I said, the hotel's right on the beach. So I immediately went out. I was like, I'm taking a walk. We're going to the beach. But yeah. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Wait. I meant to plan more. Like, actually plan out what I was going to say and everything. I lost track of time. So I'm going to wing it. But yeah, here's the beach. And also the view from the the view of the other side of the beach. So if you see over here this bright yellow building, that's actually where American Village starts. So American Village is a tourist attraction in Okinawa, and of course, since it's in Asia, that is a themed tourist attraction. So I was just like, well, okay, I'm an American back here in American Village. That's fine. There was a lot to do there, so I'm like, I'm not complaining. But of course, got some time on the beach, and as you guys saw, I do have a plushie now that I really wanted. I calmed it myself. That makes it sound like I made it myself. I bought it and I ordered it. There aren't any other copies. There aren't any other plushies. I know some of y'all said you wanted it. That might be something in the works maybe later. But I wanted a travel buddy since I cannot show my face for travel pictures. So here it is. But yeah, it was Okinawa was surprisingly cooler. It was like, if you're used to Fahrenheit, it was about 67. Probably the highest that it hit in Okinawa. It was weirdly chilly. It has been far too long. How you doing? I'm doing great, Ninja. Thanks for dropping by. Yes. So while I was walking... Karma, don't call me out on this. I didn't even think about that. No! 60 is shirt weather. I mean, okay. I mean, I wore a cardigan, so I didn't have to wear like my full-on winter coat. It was very interesting because I went from super freezing weather here in the States and then went to super warm weather in Okinawa carrying a winter coat, and I'm like, this takes up so much space, but okay, here we are. But yeah, so there was also, when I turned around leaving the beach, I just saw this couple with their dog and a skateboard, and they just put the dog on the skateboard and let it go and filmed it. I was like, this dog is so cute. It has such good balance. So I had to take a picture. And there's a lot of like outlets along the beach that you could like go further into the water. That reminds me, I was gonna do something in Hawaii and I forgot, but I'll get to that later. So yeah, there's just shots in Okinawa. non-blurry or blurry shots with Jemmy in a palm tree. It was great. I was like amongst the plants. It's great. And also, one of the things that I like to do when I'm traveling, I like to take pictures of really interesting lampposts against the sky. I don't know, I think it's really aesthetic. So I have been low-key collecting them. They're not congregated anywhere, but I like to feel artsy sometimes. And as I was walking, I was taking a break. I think I bought food. Did I get? This is not when I got the coffee yet, but because you could just hear the water lapping up against like the sand and the seawall. So I just sat there for a while just watching the water, because I can do that for like hours. It's so peaceful. Kai, don't do this to me. Yes, it is my hand. No, it is not green. But I was just sitting there, and there were two ladies that were just talking, and one of them had a dog, and the dog kept coming over. I'm like, hello, doggo. You are so friendly. So I took pictures with the doggo, but of course I'm not going to show those. So this is a shot of American Village. So it is very brightly colored. I think I have other pictures where you can see the whole thing. But it is very loud, visually. I was like, it was pretty quiet then. But there's lots of places to eat around here. It's actually, so if you are staying by Chatan, which is where American Village is, there's a lot to do there. You could spend a couple of days just exploring. Yeah. So, of course, trying to get artsy shots. I don't normally get coffee, but I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be aesthetic. I'm gonna get a coffee. But then I checked out the menu, and I was just like, these are very interesting flavors. Pineapple Americano, orange Americano, mocha orange. Like, I was like, I'm kind of curious. But also, fruity coffee? A concept. But instead, I got the Kuromitsu Kinako Soy Latte. And guys, I can do Japanese coffee, because I feel like, just based on my own consumption, it was not as strong as American coffee. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just use more milk. Maybe their coffee is weaker. I don't know. But if you know me, I am very caffeine sensitive. If I drink straight up coffee, I get the jitters. I am the Energizer Bunny. I have been called that in my office when I've tried to drink the coffee there. Yeah, I don't do well with coffee, but I took a risk. And it paid off, because I think I went and got this drink like 3 times during my stay in Okinawa. Every morning I was like, or every morning or afternoon when I was done with work, I was like, I'm going to get this coffee again, because I really want it. And of course, I had to get the picture with me and the coffee. The coffee is more than me. They also had these onigiri sandwiches. I did not get to try these, but if you are not used to Spam, you will see a lot of Spam in Okinawa. That is almost a staple food. You can buy Spam memorabilia in the department store, because I did. I got my dad a Spam shirt, so because it's part of my culture. I'm Filipino, you know. Oh my gosh, Uncle! Thank you for the 20 months. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, I just noticed that something's chipped. Yeah. And then of course, all the dogs. Sorry. As I was walking through American Village, there were just so many cute dogs. Like this Shiba. And then okay. Yeah, so this is like part of the shopping center within American Village. So they came up with Supaiman. Which supai is sour in Japanese. So I guess it's like an umeboshi thingy. I always wanted to go to Okinawa, one of the only places in Japan I didn't get to. Really? Oh my gosh, Uncle, please, if you get the chance, definitely go to Okinawa. It is so, it's totally different than mainland, but it's so worth it to check out at least once. Whoa, that pink shirt kind of fire. Oh yeah, wait. It is kind of fire, actually. I didn't even notice that. I kind of want the hat. Beret? Sour man, spy man, sus. Why is it sus? wrong way. Okay, but they also did have, I think I've shared this particular vending machine multiple times because I found this in Tokyo and then I found it in Okinawa. But yeah, luckily we don't have a sriracha shortage here anymore because I think the first time I posted this was during the sriracha shortage in the States. So I got so many messages of like, can you bring back a bottle? I'm like, no, I will not do that. I need this machine. I'd love to go there one day. It sounds so peaceful. It really is. Like, especially if you like being by the beach and by the water. It's definitely a good place to go. There's also a lot of like waterfalls and hiking paths that I've been told about. I did not get to go on any this time around because I didn't give my coworker enough of a heads up. Because honestly, Sunday, I was not thinking I was going to be doing anything. Wait, did we go on Sunday or Monday? I think we went on Sunday. I was just planning on just chilling around American Village, and my coworker was just like, well, you haven't been to like the northern part of the island. Do you want to go? Like, me and my girlfriend could take you. I was like, what? I mean, I won't say no. If you guys are free, sure. So we did end up meeting up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was a pet store in the department store nearby, and of course I had to go by and see all the dogs. I have cuteness aggression. So I went to go see the dogs. And then I did this the last time I was there too. I found out too late during my last day that there was a grocery store in the department store, and they had a whole sushi section, and it was some of the best cuts of sushi that I've ever had. And of course they are super cheap, because what is this salmon being 580 yen? 580 yen officially is 580 yen to USD, $3.78. So I took a lot of advantage of that. So I went to the grocery store pretty much every day. It was kind of great. And oh, I forgot about this. I took a picture of this one because I was like, I've never seen this flavor before. Oil miso. And then I didn't buy it to try it, oddly enough. So I think the next time I go to Family Mart, because this is a Family Mart onigiri, I'm gonna have to try oil miso. That's very interesting. I've heard Japanese supermarkets slash the prices every night to avoid food spoiling. Yes, they do. I think there was one night where I came back home later. So what time did I get there? I think I got to the supermarket at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And so I saw the guy with the stickers. So he was going around putting like discount stickers on pretty much everything. And so I think I got a yakisoba for discount. I think all the sushi was pretty much gone. But also I ate so much fish, I think I got tired of it. So I was like, you know, I could switch it up. Maybe get a curry bread or something. So oh, okay, this is when we were, so this was when my coworkers picked me up. From my hotel, and they were just like, yeah, in Okinawa, like, when did I go? In January. In Okinawa, the cherry blossoms bloom in January, like late January, early February, while in mainland they bloom March, April. Pretty much just because like the warmth and the temperature, you know, changing. So they were just like, there's actually a cherry blossom festival in the northern part of the island in Naga, I think. So they were just like, yeah, we could go. It's a 2-hour drive, but we can go, because since they live there, they don't really like explore as much. Like when you live near something close, you kind of just take it for granted, so you don't go visit. So they were like, yeah, we need an excuse to go out anyway. So they picked me up. We drove 2 hours to the Cherry Blossom Festival. They took me around some of the sites. Apparently, this is called Gorilla Rock because it looks like a gorilla, but I don't see it. Do you? Because, like, so, my coworker's girlfriend is from Okinawa. So she was like, yeah, like, this is Gorilla Rock. It looks like a gorilla. And she was so about it. And me and my coworker, Americans, were like, I don't see it. Where's the gorilla? So Or like gorilla split rock. So she kept making a chopping motion. So I think this gorilla is chopped in half, or the gorilla is chopping. I am not sure. I see the face, but nothing else. I kind of see a face, like maybe this is an eye, that's an eye, this is a nose, and that's it. I wouldn't guess gorilla, but that is just me. So this is where when we made it to the Cherry Blossom Festival. So they did have food stands and everything. Unfortunately, if you see here, the cherry blossoms are not bloomed enough. So when we were there, my coworker kept on telling me, it was like, you should have come here next week, because then the cherry blossoms would be in full bloom. And I was like, well, y'all scheduled this meeting for not next week, so I could not do that. And I kept joking. I was like, do I come back after Hawaii for the cherry blossoms? So low-key trying to make that happen. That is not happening though. I am tired. So Okinawa business trip, there aren't enough English or Japanese, enough words in English or Japanese to express how unfair I think that is. I can't even argue with you, Uncle. It's pretty it's pretty unfair. I will take it though, because I'm the one on it. But yeah, avoid peak crowd. Yeah, so that was why it wasn't as crowded at the festival as it could have been, because there were very few blooms. There were some blooms. Oops, I think I have to scroll out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So, Okinawa is also really famous for sata andagi, which is like a donut. It's their version of a donut. I think I had one at breakfast, and it pretty much tastes like a cake donut whole, as a comparison. But they're really big on that, and apparently they had sata andagi shaped like Doraemon on panman. It was very cute. I didn't get to try it here, because I didn't have cash at the time, unfortunately. Oops. So I wasn't really able to get anything at the festival. Coworker's girlfriend did have some cash, some change on her, so I did get to try I forgot what it's called. There is a citrus that's in Okinawa. Let me Google this. Okinawa citrus fruit. Oh, it's okay. It was shikuasa. It kind of looks like a calamansi if you're Filipino, or if you are familiar with that. So they had that as a lemon drink there, so I did get to try that. It is a little bit more tart and bitter than I thought it would be, so just be prepared for that. If you do drink it and you don't like that, maybe that's not it, or maybe you add sugar. Baby andagi. Yeah, I think baby andagi because they shaped it in characters. I'm not really sure. So yeah, the extent of the blooms that we found were like this big. So it was like maybe one branch on each tree that had blooms. It was not fully bloomed yet. And unfortunately, like there's a whole row of trees just going down the street. You could see them. And if they were all, my coworker kept saying like, yeah, it would be really beautiful if they were all bloomed. And I'm like, please stop rubbing it in. I know I'm not going to be able to see them. Actually, they were not going to be able to see them either, because they were like, yeah, we're not taking the 2-hour trip again up here to see them. We'll be fine. I was like, all right, fine. So yeah, that was the extent of them. They did have more pink ones, and then they had white ones in another area. So yeah, you can see this tree is a sakura tree, and there's nothing on it. They also, for some reason, had this very long slide. I was like, man, I would love that as a kid. I guess they're climbing up the slide, but still, I mean, I guess that's what we did as kids too. I don't know. When you were a kid and there were slides, did you climb up the slide more, or did you go down the slide more? Because I think I climbed up slides way more than I did going down them for some reason. I don't know. Blame it on the bloom. Yeah. So where we were, there was actually like a hill. Climbed up way more. You go down the slide more. You're weird. What the heck? They were usually made of plastic. Yes. All the ones that exclusively up. I think most of the slides that I've seen have been plastic. If it was metal, I feel like that's kind of evil, because then you can't really use it in the summer, because then it's burning. Says the guy that mashed a birthday cake slice with frosting into a homogeneous puree. What? Ladders are for nerds. Yeah. Go up the slide. Climb it. It's like a mountain, you know? Just make them out of cloth. The slide? Out of cloth? I don't know how that's still a lot of friction. Wouldn't that hurt? Fabric burn? You know? But yeah. So where the festival was, it was actually at the top of a hill, and there was actually like a trail that went down into the valley. Very, very steep. And you can see the cherry blossoms are more bloomed there, but we were so tired. I was still so tired because of I don't know why that didn't work. Because of my jet lag. So my coworker was like, do you want to climb down the stairs? Because, you know, you go down the stairs, but then you have to go back up. So he was like, do you want to do that? Like, to see the cherry blossoms? And I was like, I think I can see them okay from here. I am too tired to go down and up the stairs. So we did not do that. But, oh, okay, here. So, yeah, there's the path. These are the stairs. It's very steep. Yeah. Oh, then this is the shikuwasa drink, so the lemon drink that I had. Some blooms that were still budding out. I think this was actually the tree that was in the parking lot, which oddly enough was the one that had the most blooms. Could be worse, a slide could be made out of wood. Ow. I hope it's like sealed wood, like varnished, you know. Actually, there are wood slides. Head first down slide. Oh my gosh. A brave one. Actually, I think I'm pretty sure I've gone down a slide head first. Pasta slide. Like noodle slide? Like the bamboo one? If you wanted to hike at Hawaii, you should go up and down some stairs. Yeah. The next time I go to Hawaii, I am going to train. Although I did get some tips on some Hawaii trails. But I'll talk about that later. Ah, yes. So, trying to figure out where we were going to go for dinner, right? So my coworker apparently is a regular at this one yakiniku place where they know him very well, and they trust the owner. So every time they go, they ask the owner to just like give them some kind of surprise recommendation. Like, don't worry about the price. We'll just get it. We'll eat it. So I was like, oh, that's risky. But like the guy is very nice. So we had, I don't remember what this was exactly. Brisket? I think brisket. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I can't identify my cuts of meat by visuals. I have to have a name. And I forgot to take a picture of the menu. So we also got bibimbap, and they had scallops, which I don't think I've ever seen at a yakiniku place, but I also haven't gone to very many. So my coworker was bragging on these because you get to cook them in the shell. They were very good. Ah, Katie! Hello! Welcome in, oh my gosh, Katie, what were you streaming? Were you streaming Hakuoki? Did you get it yet? But welcome, Raiders! Hello, my name is Jemmy Roca. I am a Flower Spirit VTuber. I am obviously a streamer, a singer, a voice actor, a gardener, a baker, and I guess world traveler at this point. So I am I'm sharing stories about my trip, can't talk words. I'm talking about my trip to Japan and Hawaii that I just got back from. It's not to me yet. Oh no. Miss Worldwide, I guess, in a way. But welcome in. But yeah, Katie, if you have to go, totally understand. Please go get some rest. But you're also welcome to chill and talk or yap with me about my trip. But if not, if you have to leave, I will take good care of your community. How was your trip? It was so good. It was long, but it was so good. I am on day 2 of my trip right now. So you haven't missed much. I saw you live and got excited. Oh, yay! Well, thank you. Wait, what were you streaming? I'm curious. But yeah, so we got scallops. Did I not take a picture? No, I didn't take a picture of that. Aw, man. Okay. Why did I not take a picture of that at all? I feel like I did. I just didn't download it. Give me a second while I look. When was this? This was Sunday. Where is it? Ah. Okay, well, the picture doesn't look that great. How do I share this picture? There we go. So, that was the Wagyu that we did order. And I will say, I didn't know this combination, so I'm just gonna share it because people might not know. But if you, Wagyu, or really Wagyu, tastes really good with wasabi. I was not expecting that. And there was also this thing that they did at this yakiniku place where they gave you a raw egg and then you would dip the meat in the raw egg and eat it. So if you don't like raw egg, I'm so sorry. But if you like raw egg, oh my gosh, it was so good. It was raw egg and soy sauce, I think. And unfortunately, we got it at like the very end with the last piece of meat that we ordered. So me and my coworker were just like, we could have been using this the whole time. So we did order a little bit more brisket so that we could use the rest of the egg. It was so worth it. Believers and gamers, welcome in. Oh, Genshin. Okay, are you caught up on the story, Katie? I am so behind. I'm a lurk and go brush my teeth. Okay, sounds good. I will take care of your community. I will try. I will try to behave. Okay, wait, this was not part of the slideshow. Okay, so this was a view from my floor of the hotel. Because I couldn't look over it because I am scared. So I just took my phone and took a picture. And I was like, oh, that is definitely a very long drop. Okay, there were also at American Village, there's a... Give me 1 second. Brain is like not braining today. There were like steps. There were steps that were just right up against the water. So you could literally just walk into the water here if you wanted to. I don't think they advise you to. But I would just sit here for hours with my coffee, and it was so peaceful. And the water is so blue. So I was like, I miss this water. The beaches near me could never. She seems to be mostly caught up from what I saw. If she isn't entirely... Ooh, okay. Good job, Katie. You don't want to try paragliding in Hawaii? No. You didn't get sunburned? Well, I did get a little bit sunburned, actually. But I think I got more sunburned in Hawaii than I did in Okinawa. Mainly because Okinawa was still a little chilly, so I did cover up a little bit more still. Where was I walking to? Oh, so... one of my coworkers... Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Hold up. Give me a second. Oh, no, what happened to me? Hold up. I know you can see my UI. It's fine. It's all good. It's fine? Maybe? No, it's not. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Nope, that ain't it. Panic, it's broken. Ah! Where are you? VTube Studio, move away. Hold up. Okay, I think I have to reset VTube Studio really quickly. But while that's happening, I am going to keep talking. Replug webcam? No, I can just close and open. I can turn it off and turn it on again and it works. Because I haven't labeled my cords, so I don't know which USB is the one that leads to the webcam. So, we just ball, I guess. There we go. Haha. So, oh wait, let me put that back on. Yeah, so the last time I was there, I really like hambagu, like hamburger steak, Japanese hamburger steak. There's something about it that's just juicier, and I feel like it's just better than a hamburger in general. So, I really wanted it, and the last time I was there, one of the directors that I was working with was actually... When I say director, not like movie director, I mean like business director. I had mentioned to him, like, yeah, I love hambagu. Like, I really want to get it. And he was like, oh, well, you should go to this place called Bikuri Donkey, which is surprise donkey. I don't know why it's called that. because they have the best hambagu. And I was like, okay, I will do that. But then I found out it's like a 20-30 minute walk, probably more 30-minute because I'm short. So I walked all the way there. Got to see some sights on the way, like the rivers and everything. But I don't know why Bikuri Donki is styled like this, but it is styled like this. Like, it's run down, but don't worry, everything is fine. Bikuri Donki, I used to love that place. Yes, Uncle, you get me. It's so good. Did I include pictures of the food? I hope I did. If I didn't, I'm gonna be sad. I did. Okay, good. I have no idea why the donkey is surprised either. Why did we surprise the donkey? And why did he give us hambagu? But I won't question it because the hambagu is very good. It's even called Hambagu Restaurant. That's their specialty. But it was very interesting with this one because, like, I did not know where the door was. It did say entrance here, but the door was like all the way on the other side. It's kind of hidden. And it was interesting because, like, you would go through one set of sliding doors and end up in a vestibule, and then there's another set of sliding doors. But the sliding door to enter through on the first set of doors was on the right side. And so you would think that for both sets of doors, it would be on the right side. So I walk up to the next set of doors and I'm like, why aren't you opening? And I'm like, trying to open it by hand for some reason. I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't actually the entrance. And so I leave, but then I turn around and it's the left side of the door that opened. And I'm like, why is it like that? Wait, why? Why did you have to fake me out on this? I don't know. But yeah, so luckily most restaurants, I guess especially in like either Tokyo or Okinawa, places that have more tourists, they do have an iPad at the table that you could order from, and you can change the language. Sometimes it'll be a little bit off, but you could kind of figure out what the food that they're describing, right? So I got a melon soda because I don't get to do that very often. If you're not familiar with melon soda, it tastes like honeydew, I guess is the closest flavor. But it is pretty radioactive green, but don't worry about it, you'll be fine. It tastes very good. Because Japan drives on the left, but then why did the first set of doors open on the right? Questions. Melon soda is peak. Yes, it is. So I was like, let me take advantage of this. But I think this was the only melon soda I had the entire trip, now that I think about it. This was the hambagu steak with the demi-glace sauce, and then they actually also had an option that had cheese. And I love cheese, so I did order cheese on the side, and oh my gosh, it was so perfect with the demi-glace. If you go to Bikuri Donki, I highly recommend you get both. You can't get both directly on the steak. You have to order the demi-glace and then cheese on the side, and then just combine them. So good. This was way bigger than I thought it would be. I don't remember what cheese it was actually. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I actually took a picture of the cheese. Unfortunately, I did not. But it's like a very white cheese. Colored cheese. This was a lot of food. I was not hungry for a while. Favorite cheese? Goat cheese. Yes. I love goat cheese. So, this was not goat cheese though. But I also really wanted a soft serve. So if you haven't been to Japan, their milk is just different. The way that they raise their cows just produces in my opinion, a higher quality milk, which translates into the cheese and into the ice cream. So if you have soft serve in Japan, or if you are looking for ice cream in Japan, highly recommend getting a soft serve at least once. It's a nice treat. So I was like, I want vanilla ice cream. A person of culture as well. A friendo in the goat cheese camp, I see. I also got my soft serve with a side of chocolate because I was like craving chocolate at that point. Okay. Please don't judge me on this bag. I took a picture of it because I was like, what is happening on this bag? So after I went to Bikuri Donki, I did go shopping a little bit at the department store. Because one of my goals in Japan was actually to replace some of my wardrobe with Japanese clothes just because I love Japanese fashion. I don't know why this bag was here, but I thought it was funny. I was like, are they all twerking? I guess. I meant to send this to a server and I just forgot to do that. I don't remember if I did or not. My friend would love that bag. It's really funny. I will admit. Okay, what was it? So this was during, oh my gosh, it's all my Okinawan pictures food after this because the server gave you their number. What? What do you mean? What do you mean the server gave me their number? Cute bag? Yes, it is. So, this was during the work week already because this was one of the lunches that we had. Originally, we were gonna get curry, because one of my coworkers really loves curry. Instead, we went to Shakey's. So if you don't know Shakey's, I think it's primarily an Asian pizza chain. I was supposed to send this to a server. Oh, I was supposed to send this to a Discord server, not my server. No. Yeah, so if you don't know Shakey's, they do a lot of pizza. The one in Okinawa, I don't know if all Shakey's do this, but this one had a lot of very unique flavors. Like one of them was a squid ink pizza, which I will show there in a bit. Shakey's used to be a thing in the States a long time ago. We had Shakey's? Really? Where'd they go? Now we just have Cece's Pizza. Which, I don't know. Me being fatty, I like... Do you know what my favorite pizza at Cece's is? The macaroni and cheese pizza, which is just all carbs. I don't know why that's my favorite. It's so unique, and it's a lot of cheese, so I'm like, yay, cheese. They had a dessert pizza here, chocolate and banana dessert pizza, and if you don't... Actually, I don't think I talk about this very often, but chocolate banana was one of my favorite combinations for a very, very long time. I think I started liking it because of banana chocolate Pocky. So I was like, I want this chocolate and banana dessert pizza. That sounds so good. It's not at all what it is now in Japan. Oh, really? Okay. Ever been to Pizza Ranch? I've never heard of Pizza Ranch before. Okay. So they had, this was the squid ink pizza. And I think I went back for this maybe 3 times. It was so yummy. I don't remember what everything else is on this plate. But all you have to know is the squid pizza anyway. Actually, they had aglio olio. I'm pretty sure this is aglio olio. I love aglio olio too because I love garlic. So yeah, if you're in Hawaii, I gotta know if you tried spam musubi. Oh no. Jay, I'm sorry, you're gonna be so disappointed in me when I get to Hawaii. Okay, this was the banana chocolate pizza. Oh my gosh, it really is all food. What did I do after work those days? I think I literally just like hung out and just chilled because long meetings all day. Coworker finally took me to get ramen. I was about to say this was the only time I got ramen this trip, but that is not true. But this was the best bowl of ramen that I had. I think this place in particular specializes in tantan men, which is a spicier broth. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this place. I mean, it was good. It was good. I don't remember the name of it, so I can't recommend it. Yeah. If I go back there, I will ask coworker again to bring me, or just ask him the name. I really could just ask him the name. So I did go to... Wait. Oh, okay. I was like, where was this? Because I was like, wait, is this Donkey? But I didn't go to Donkey until like the end of my Japan trip. No, but I found matcha latte Kit Kats, and if you're not familiar with Japanese Kit Kats, they have a whole lot of things. This looks very English. You are correct. This wasn't an primarily English speaking area. So they had these, and I was very tempted to get this, but I'm assuming, actually I don't know what flavor, okay, Kit Kat Sakura flavor. I don't know, like, okay, does anybody really like Sakura flavor? I'm very curious, because like I've heard a lot of people talk about it and they're just like, Sakura doesn't really taste good, and I kind of agree. I just like the aesthetic of Sakura, but I like pickled Sakura, surprisingly. that one's good. It's weirdly enough. Sakura flavor, it's more cherry. Tastes like soap. Oh no, not the cilantro gene. But yeah, so okay. What does sakura taste like? It's hard to say. I don't know how to describe the taste of sakura. Flower. I've heard people like jasmine flower. How doesn't it taste like soap to them? IDK. I see. Yeah. So, yeah. So around American Village, there's a lot of fusion places. So I found this one too late, unfortunately. Actually, I think this was the day that I went to go get my hair done. So which was the second to last day I was there, I think. But I was very curious about these fusions because it was Indian and Japanese. So tandoori sushi might be something that I need to try when I go back to Okinawa. I will report back if that is what I end up doing. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things. Biscoff cheesecake sounded really good. I am always down for pesto. So yeah. Okay. So 7-Eleven, my recommendation from 7-Eleven if you go is to get the curry breads, because I think they do curry breads the best out of the three main konbinis. And if you get the chance, I highly recommend, if you like cheese especially, get the cheese curry bread. Oh, it was so good. I think every time I go to 7-Eleven, that's usually what I end up getting. If I'm not too full, because obviously it's fried food, it's bread. It is a bit on the heavy side. Get a side of CC lemon with it. When did I get CC lemon? I only got CC lemon once during this trip. And I'm sorry, Azure, I didn't finish it. My bad. So yeah. So I went to my favorite spot, which was the spot on the steps by the water that I was fumbling over earlier. And there was this bird, because the birds are fearless in Japan. Oh my gosh. This one just kept on staring at me. It was like, give me your food. Give it to me. Feed me. And I was like, no. So my half-eaten curry bread. Unfortunately, when I was trying to set something up, I had to put it down in my lap, and unfortunately it was windy, so my curry bread got upturned to the ground. The bird had already left by then, though, so he's just standing there menacingly. No, for real. I was kind of intimidated by this bird. I'm like, are you okay? Am I okay? So, yeah, so that's a better view of the steps. So I was just mesmerized by this whole scene. It was just so nice to sit by. The sunset on the beach. Water is pretty cold over there, so I dipped my toes in for a bit, and I was like, I'm good. That was all I needed. So yeah, this was actually the bathhouse that was next to Okinawa Beach Tower. Also had an area where they had gachapons. So they had this one in particular, and I'm very interesting. I like the really cute weird things, because I'm like, why do you make a gacha of this? You can gacha the toilet paper rolls too? So I just thought it was really funny. I did not actually pull for this. Oh my gosh, did you get that one? No, Ness, hi, welcome in. But no, I didn't. I really should have. If I go back, I might go and get it. Because there was, well, actually, like my last trip, I did pull some gachapons that were very interesting, like depressed food. It was like food in the fetal position. So I got a sausage? I got a hot dog that was just depresso, but it's very cute. I'm like, I will take care of you. Hi, I'm glad to see you. Okay, so I went full onsen bathhouse experience on the last day, because I did go on one day, but like I was not fully prepared. I didn't bring everything that I needed to properly enjoy the baths and everything. So I was like, okay, the next time I go, I'm gonna be ready. unfortunately, I lost my ticket. That I lost my pass to get me in there, because if you stay at Okinawa Beach Tower, you get free access. And I was like, I don't really want to pay, especially if I have a perfectly good like bathroom shower area in my hotel room. So I was able to get another pass though at the front desk, because they were not stingy about it. They were like, yeah, you lost your you lost your pass. What room are you in again? Okay, here's another pass. Great, easy. I'm so glad. So they did have an outdoor bath and an indoor bath for both sexes. And then they also had a common pool, but of course you have to be wearing a swimsuit for the pool. And apparently they had one of those like foot baths that have the fishies in them. I could not find it. I think it might have been outside, but it was too chilly and windy. I was like, I'm okay. I will find this somewhere else some other time. The Emerald Zamak, welcome in. Yes, I did just come from Japan. So for the full experience, like if you watch anime and you see them at a bathhouse or at an onsen or something, you usually see them drinking milk after. And I've told that to a friend before, and she was like, ew, that's like super heavy. Why would you drink milk after a bath? And I'm like, you don't understand. There's something different about doing this in Japan. And I think it's because of the milk itself. Like, it is not very heavy. It's pretty light compared to American milk, in my opinion. So it was so refreshing, and it's definitely sweeter. They do have these in the vending machines. It's kind of great. Did I not add any other ones? I guess so. So this was my breakfast on the last day that I was in Okinawa. I found out that they also, for some reason, served Wagyu for breakfast at this buffet. So I highly recommend this breakfast buffet. I think you can eat there even if you're not staying at the hotel. So I highly recommend it. They have a whole, like I said, spread of food. So because I learned about the whole wasabi thing, I was like, I am going to eat my, I think I actually got a steak sauce. This is not soy sauce. I was like, I'm going to eat my Wagyu with wasabi, and it's going to be great, and it was the best breakfast ever. And I kind of wish I had learned about it earlier, but that's okay. But then this time I got it with a view. I got to kind of eat it on the patio, which was nice. And they had these things, they had the things on, this was like a tag thing. They literally just handed you a tag when you come into the restaurant. And they're like, okay, just choose a place. Just put that on the table. That way you can leave your stuff there, and nobody will come and bust your table. And if you're not aware, like, Japan is actually pretty safe. So if you leave like your valuables at the table, odds are it's going to be there when you come back. No one is gonna take it. So I felt good about just leaving my phone there. And then when you flip this over, that's when it says like, oh, I'm done. So then they'll come and bust your table and everything. Okay, this was the airport, I believe. Yes, this was the Okinawan airport. So they do have a lot of gift shops, because in Japan they have this thing called omiyage culture. Omiyage is like the word for souvenir. So usually when you go on trips and stuff, you come back and you have gifts for everybody. Rabbit, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in, raiders. My name is Jemi Roka. I am a flower spirit VTuber. I am a V-singer, voice actor, baker, gardener, streamer, and world traveler at the moment. So, well, I'm home now, but still. Welcome back. Thank you. It's good to see you. I'm gonna go now. Wish I could stay, but I should probably get some sleep. Please, there is always the VOD. If you need to go sleep, please go sleep. I know it's late. I have 200 plus pictures to go through, and I'm still in Okinawa. So there's that. But yeah, I meant to get pudding. I forgot to get pudding. Sad, but that's okay. But yeah, if you ever do get the chance to get like Japanese like pudding, I highly recommend it. It's more like a consistency of a flan in a way. It is definitely not as like, what's the word? Runny is not the word. It's not the same consistency as American pudding. How many places in Japan have you been to, Jemmy? Ooh. Okay, let me try to remember everywhere that I've been. So I've been to Tokyo, Kyoto, Nara, Osaka. Those were like the main places I stayed when, or like went to during my first trips. I did a exchange student program in Akita, so I stayed there for 6 weeks. I've been to Misawa, Hiroshima, Okinawa, mostly around the Tokyo area. Not enough places. I mean, I'm trying to hit up all the places. I do really want to go to Hokkaido eventually, though. It's just that with work, I usually don't have enough time to get up there because I think it's like a whole day to get up there. Grab some banana cream pie. Okay, enjoy. Let's see. They did have a lot of claw machines even in the airport, so you could win these cute little things to bring back for omiyage, which is nice. And then this was the jetway, actually. To get to the plane, I was like, this is the fanciest jetway ever. They got orchids in here and everything. They got windows instead of just like the scrunched up wall thing that expands. I don't know what it's called. But this was leaving Okinawa, and this was flying to Tokyo. So after I was done with work in Okinawa, I spent the weekend in Tokyo just to do my own thing. I was not able to make any plans with anybody, unfortunately, because I think the people that I normally would meet up with in Tokyo were either busy or they were out of the country. So I was like, okay, I'll just do my own thing, and that way I don't have to like schedule with anybody either. So it was nice. Okay. So this is which terminal was this? I think this was Terminal 3 still. So this is still No, this is Terminal 1. So when you get off the plane from Okinawa to Haneda Airport, you are going to end up at one of 3, really just one of 2 terminals, because I think 3 is the only international one, and then 1 and 2 are local, like kind of like within the country. But what I was trying to do is, like, when you are a foreigner and you go to Japan, you can get a welcome Suica card, and the Suica card is what is like a scannable pass. It's like your Metro card or your subway pass. So it has money on it. You could use that to just swipe to get onto the train, and it makes it really easy so that you don't have to pay for your tickets with just cash, which I have painfully had to do when they ran out of Suicas. And just a note, if you go to Japan, you can only get the welcome Suica at Terminal 3, at the international terminal, because it's really made for foreigners. So of course all the foreigners are going to be funneled in to Terminal 3 because they're coming over internationally. The only reason I didn't was because I came from Okinawa first. So you do have to take... Did I take the bus? Yeah, I took the shuttle from Terminal 1 to Terminal 3. And there they have like the special like train ticket machines where you could get your Suica. You could also get your Suica on Apple Wallet. Yeah, but if you are a fellow Android user like me, it's a little bit more complicated, so you do have to go get that. The welcome Suica only lasts for about 28 days, so it's only valid for a month, because they assume you're not going to stay longer than a month. So you do want to make sure that you use up all the money on it before you leave the country, because otherwise that money's just going to disappear. Like, I think I had $5 left on mine, but I didn't get to use it in time, so I was like, well, there it goes, unfortunately. Yeah. But I think one of the benefits of the welcome Suica is, like, you can charge it with a credit card. There are some stations where you can recharge your Suica card. Well, actually, at all stations you can recharge your Suica card, but only some stations you can recharge it with a credit card. There are some that will only let you charge it with cash. So just be aware of that. You can use a Suica card as like a credit card in other places. Like, you could use it to pay for vending machines, pay at vending machines, and at konbinis. Really, I haven't tried it because I usually have my credit card on me, and I usually just save my Suica for train stuff so that I don't get stranded anywhere. yeah, and then you can also get like a cute pass like this because my welcome Suica was sitting in my Haikyuu pass. So I am a big fan of B-side label. They have this art style for like a lot of big animes. So they had Haikyuu, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Fairy Tail, Pokemon. Their style, I really like their art style. So I bought this the last time I was in Japan. And because I'm probably not going to stay at this hostel again, I am totally fine with sharing. And I'm pretty sure I've shared this before. The hostel that I stayed at was Unplanned Kagurazaka, which is in Kagurazaka, which is one of the few... I heard this while I was walking around. There was someone taking a tour, so I vaguely heard this. They were like, it's one of the few, like, geisha towns left. So I did run into one geisha while I was walking around, which was really cool. Like, I hadn't seen that before, even though I've been to Japan a couple of times. Kagurazaka Station, if you decide to stay at Unplanned Kagurazaka, I do recommend it. If you're comfortable with, like, being in co-ed settings all the time. They used to have female-only dorms there, but I think they've changed them all to co-ed. Which isn't a problem. It's just, you know, what is your preference? What are you comfortable with? If you get off at Kagurazaka Station, just heads up though, there is no elevator or escalator. So you have to carry your luggage up the stairs. And it's about 3 landings. So just something to be aware of. It's not my favorite thing of Kagurazaka, unfortunately. I think even the other exit, they don't have that either. So this is not a very ABA compliant station. Let's see. Oh, okay. So the day that I arrived in Japan, I actually found out about this one of the other times that I'd stayed in Unplanned. I had overheard some of the guys talking about thrift shopping, and they're just like, oh man, if you go clothes shopping, you have to go to Shimokitazawa. And I've always heard of Shimokitazawa because of Dot Hack Sign. So I was just like, I want to go to Shimokitazawa this time and go thrift shopping, because why not? Because like secondhand clothing culture over there is really good, because Japanese people, and this is what I was told also, and I believe it. Japanese people take good care of their clothes. So if it's in a secondhand store, it's usually taken care of pretty well. Of course, you know, there are exceptions, so do check some of the clothes that you buy, because I did find out afterwards one of the things that I bought did have a hole in it, but it's not very noticeable where it is, so I'm just like, it works. But they do have a lot of more vintage clothing stores. So one of the ones that I went to, which I don't think I took a picture of, and I don't remember the name of it, unfortunately, I bought 2 pieces. One was like a really cute skirt, and the other was like a jacket. But they're very friendly. They're very up for helping you out. I befriended one girl in there who did work there, so she was doing her job, but she was very friendly. She basically asked me like what colors that I wanted, what was I looking for in particular, and so she would run around the store and like help me find stuff. But then she was also just like, oh, your Japanese is so good, like how did you learn? Oh, I watch a lot of anime. I was that person. But she was like, oh, what anime do you watch? And of course I'm like, oh, I watch like Idolish 7, but no reaction. So I'm like, okay, let me name something more mainstream. Kimetsu no Yaiba, which is Demon Slayer. So yeah, she was like, oh, who's your favorite character? My favorite character is Zenitsu, and I was like, oh, that's a fun character. She was very sweet though. So it was a very nice shopping experience. There's a lot to do. There were a lot of vendors, like vendor markets just on the streets. They closed off a lot of the streets so that you could walk around, particularly at night. Unfortunately, it was really cold, so I was trying to get home as soon as I could. But of course, I hadn't eaten dinner that day, so I am a fan of mentaiko pasta. So I found an Italian restaurant that had it, and it was great. So mentaiko pasta, highly recommend. I don't know what else to tell you. I got a ginger ale instead of a melon soda for some reason. And if you go to train stations, a lot of the big ones will have a lot of like really interesting bakeries and places where you could buy food on the way home. So I did not get to buy this, but I was like, I need to snap a picture of it at least because this is so cute. Look at this cream puff. So, and you know, it's Asia. Asia has a lot of very cute desserts. Mentaiko pasta, Aunt Tanuki's favorite. Yo, Aunt Tanuki. Based. Okay, so this is what Unplanned Kagurazaka looks like from the outside. They actually have a cafe on the first floor. So when you stay there, you do have like a breakfast pass. You can also get a higher tier reservation where they will give you meal tickets. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I didn't get them, but I've stayed at this hostel multiple times, so I'm not sure if this is why I got it, but I got like free drink tickets, which I used to buy lots of matcha lattes. So they just left it on my bunk. They had like my name was on it and everything, and I was like, am I considered have I made it? Am I a regular now? But yeah, so the dorm rooms are actually like right here, so you could kind of see, but they do have like some more private rooms if you have like a smaller party. I had a dorm room, so my bunk was like with a bunch of other people, but it does have like a curtain, so there is privacy in there, which was really nice because I ended up just conking out and taking naps most days after I was done exploring. Captain Sammy, welcome in. Me with another curry bread in Kagurazaka. And where was I going? Where was I going this day? I think I was going to Kamakura this day, because this was Saturday, I believe. Yeah, because I arrived in Tokyo on Friday. Saturday was my first free day, so I was trying to get to Kamakura that day. So Kamakura is a kind of like a seaside city. It's closer to the ocean. They have their own beach. It's about 2 hours away from Tokyo by train. And it's very famous because there is a train station that was featured in Slam Dunk there, so a lot of people go there to go see it. And then they have a really cute train system that the train kind of looks like a toy car, so a lot of people go there to see it. And there's a good shopping district, and I'll show you more pictures there. But this is Tokyo Station, which is, I've seen Tokyo Station a lot, but at the same time, I'm like, every time I see Tokyo Station, I'm like, I get whiplash because I'm like, the architecture and the contrast is so cool. So yeah, Tokyo Station's great. I think this is when I already got off the train from Kamakura. There was a Starbucks, and I was just walking around. I was actually trying to find this temple that had like a bamboo forest and a matcha tasting thing, matcha bamboo viewing experience. But I got distracted by the sign because this is a truffle suppuccino. What is that? But I was kind of curious. I kind of wanted to try this, to be honest. But I was still pretty full from breakfast, so, which was just the curry bread. Yeah, what? Yeah. I'm curious though. They really like truffle over there. And I love truffle, so I'm just like, that's great. So maybe next time if I run by it again, I will try it. I don't know if a suppuccino is different or if it's just soup in a mug. I'm hoping it's just soup in a mug because I can't imagine turning this into a frappuccino. That doesn't really make sense to me. Unless it's cold soup, which it might be. I don't know. Okay. This was just a random mascot that was outside of this farmer's market, and I thought it was very cute because it's so cute. Look at that. So if you go around Japan, I think maybe not every, but most districts or cities have their own mascots. They're very big on them, and they're all cute. Most are cute. There might be some that are ugly. I'm not really sure. You know that cappuccinos are hot, right? Okay, the way that I was reading it, instead of suppuccino, I was reading it frappuccino. She's too American. She only knows frappuccino. Shut up, Kai. What the heck? But you're right. Okay, so Kamakura does have a lot of temples walking around, so you can see the Tori Gate over here that actually this, if you could see here, these are a bunch of cherry blossom trees that are unbloomed, but there is a whole row of them leading straight to the giant Buddha statue at the very end. So there is that. Antic, welcome in. So yeah, so I think it was from Kamakura Station to the temple that I was trying to get to. I think it was like a 30-minute walk. But you go through the like suburban neighborhoods a lot. It's pretty peaceful. But you do run into things like this, which I'm not really sure what this is. But I took a picture because I was like, the Triforce. What's that doing there? I wasn't expecting that. Ended up passing by a doggo cafe, so I saw this dog in the window and I was like, I need to take a picture of you because you're cute. And just lots of alleyways, lots of torii gates, rivers. This was the entrance to the temple that I was trying to get to. It's literally smack dab in the middle of a neighborhood, which is kind of interesting. They had to get the Triforce from somewhere. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the entrance to the temple. It's actually very small. They had some like parts of the gardens. I think this was still outside the area where you had to pay. So to get into the bamboo forest area of the temple, you did have to pay. I believe it's 600 yen for the base ticket. And then if you want to do the tea experience, so the matcha tasting, it was a total of 1,000 yen. So you had to buy that at the front. You can't just buy the ticket to enter and then show up at the matcha place and pay there. I don't think they let you do that. But yeah, so you got to walk around here. Lots of trails. It's actually pretty small. But like it's a good thing to experience at least once. If you look through here, you can actually see this is where the matcha tea house is. So they sat you essentially like at a counter that was facing the outside so that you could just be among the bamboo and then enjoy some authentic matcha. So this is unsweetened. So if you have heard about matcha tasting like grass, I agree with that assessment. It is pretty bitter, which is why they give you these sweets. So you eat the sweet first, and then you drink the matcha. That is how you enjoy matcha. So I kind of like broke it up because like I am not just downing a bunch of matcha, right? Like I'm taking sips because that's just how I like to enjoy it. So I kept breaking the sweets into little bits so that I could like just do sweets and then drink, and then sweet and then drink. Is it more bitter than black coffee? I'd say black coffee is more bitter, personally. But yeah, I mean, it's still pretty bitter, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, it did taste like grass. So I do have an embarrassing story though, because you know me, I want to take pictures with Plushy Jemmy. So so as I was like trying to situate myself, I was trying to be very discreet. That ended up backfiring because I put her in my lap, and then she kind of just rolled away over here. So she ended up in the garden, and I was not trying to sneak over there. So I had to ask one of the workers if they could retrieve her. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm so sorry. I am a stupid gaijin. Please ignore me. So yeah, was there a lady in a kimono prepping the matcha for you? No. I think the workers were mainly wearing happy coats. So no, there was nobody in kimono. Oh no, yeah, oh no, for real. But she was very respectful. Like, she treated it like a treasure. I was like, thank you so much. So yeah, so this was after I was done with the experience. So just walking through here, here's a tip. If you do decide to go here, I highly recommend going pretty early. Because I went, what time did I go? Does this tell me what time? Wait, yes. This was 10 in the morning, based on the timestamp. So around 10:30 was when it started to get really crowded and busy. So if you want to take pictures here uninterrupted or like with less people, I highly recommend getting there at around 9 a.m. That way you don't have to fight the crowds or anything. And it was like, I didn't need to wait for the matcha thing at all. There was like a tour group that was in there and then one other person. But the tour group left pretty much as soon as I got in there. So it was just 2 people in there for a bit. But as soon as I left was when it started to get a little bit more active. You are a plant VTuber? She went back to where she belonged, the garden. You're not wrong. Yeah. And then me with the bamboo. And then me with the white sakura. There were a few blooms, but it was very cold. And so, also one thing to remember, because this was a very big reminder to me, because they did have a bathroom there, and it was very interesting. They had the old style bathrooms, and then they had the more modern style bathrooms. So I go to use the modern style, but it's an outdoor bathroom, and it's cold. So when you wash your hands, the water is very cold. I couldn't feel my hands after that. So just a heads up, if you go in the winter, just be wary of outdoor bathrooms and be ready to warm your hands up. Oh, this was the exit. So you saw the other side of this earlier. That was the entrance. Obviously, I'm leaving. And then there's this cute flower store on the way back. So I was walking back to the station, essentially, to get to... Oh, gosh, I don't remember what it's called. I really should know. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up because I can't give you tips if I don't know the names of things. Kamakura Temple Bamboo. Okay. Hokokuji Bamboo Forest was where I was at earlier. That's where the matcha experience is, if you want to take note of that. So it's just a small garden. If you look on the map, it's very small. Let's see. I think it's Komachi Dori. Yeah, it's Komachi Dori Kamakura. So from there, I ended up going all the way back to the station, passing that, and then trying to find the shopping district. A lot of people, if you if you go to Kamakura, a lot of people will recommend that you go to Komachi Dori, which is like obviously a shopping district, but there's a lot of places to get souvenirs. If you like custom jewelry, there were a couple places where you could make them there. Lots of food, tons of food. You will not go hungry at all. And if you like cute craft art stuff like me, this is a great place to go shopping. This flower shop was not there. This was on the way there. And then I only took a picture of this because this is a fresh squeezed orange juice machine just out on the street. I have only ever seen these things in Whole Foods in the States. So I'm just like, this is so bougie. What do you mean I can just get a cup of fresh squeezed orange juice for essentially what is 350 yen? Because the exchange rate is always changing. 350 yen to USD. $2.29 for a Whole Foods level bougie orange, like fresh squeezed orange juice. I was like, I am going to get this. Also, I need the vitamin C so that I don't get sick. I was about to not get this, but then I was talked into it. So I enjoyed my orange juice very much. Not even Whole Foods level, for real. It's Japanese orange. This was one of the best tasting orange juice I've ever had. It was so fresh. It was so sweet. I loved it so much. Okay. This was... So if you saw the Tori Gate earlier where I showed you where like the row of cherry blossom trees were also at, this is the other side of it. So on the other side of where I took this picture, like if I spun around 180, you would see the giant Buddha area. I believe. Or was it just a temple? I think I took a picture. So we'll see. But yeah, just imagine all of this in the spring with all the cherry blossoms. Oh my gosh, this would be so pretty. So one day I'll make it back over there to Kamakura with the cherry blossoms. Okay, so yeah, this is the other side. So the cherry blossoms are on the other side of me in this perspective of taking this picture, you got the temple over here, which I think does lead up to the giant Buddha. I just don't know where it is. I ended up not going in because I was kind of cutting it short on time. So if you go like to this in this direction, it will lead you over to Komachidori. And of course, on the way to Komachidori, I found the gacha dokoro. So a bunch of gachapon machines in there. I did not pull anything, and it was also pretty crowded, and I had no change. So I was like, never mind, I'm not gonna go in there. In here, I believe it was like a dried fish market. Even though it's like at the very end of Komachidori, they do have guidance posted there, like, please don't congregate here, like, don't have your group meet up here. This is not a meetup point. So that's just something to keep in mind. So as I was walking, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. I did find like a cute stationery store, and I love stationery. And they had a dog in there, and she was so sweet, except she also liked to bite. Yeah, okay, this store had some very interesting things, and I took a picture of this hat in particular because I thought it was funny. Lost unicorn. If found, please stop doing dugs. Don't do dugs, guys. Dugs kill. She doesn't have time for Buddha, but she does for gacha. Well, I mean, I am a Christian, right? So, but also, I didn't do the gacha either. So, I actually almost got this hat for the funnies. But then I was like, maybe I shouldn't. I'm not gonna wear this hat. But yes, this dog was very friendly if you walked up to him or her. But she did bite, so this is her gnawing on my sleeve, unfortunately. But this store had a lot of like very cute things, like flower-based stuff, and you know me, so they had all of these crocheted flowers. So I decided to lay in them. No, this is not a coffin. Contrary to popular belief. But I was also very tempted to get some of these flowers, to be honest, because I was like, this would make such a cute little bouquet. That would last forever. So, no, I did not get that. But I am so sorry. While I was going through Komachidori, I had so many options for Japanese food. And what do? I get a hamburger. Because I think I was literally the tomb. No, it's not the tomb. But okay, was bombarded with ads and pictures of this particular cut of hamburger because of like Applebee's. I don't know. But literally, like, I think for a whole week I kept seeing this particular plate of hamburger, and I was like, you know what? That sounds really good. This one did not have the cheese sauce, unfortunately. But it was still pretty good. Yeah, Applebee's. Japanese hamburger is different, yes, because they do just raise their cows different. That's why the milk tastes different. That's why the beef tastes different. But was the hamburger's cheese good? Also, hi, Jemmy. Hello, Melly. Welcome in. Was the hamburger's cheese good? The hamburger's cheese was good. I haven't here. This was the picture of my actual hamburger. I will say the buns are definitely more fluffy than they are in America. As you can tell, they have a little bit more body. The cheese, it's cheese. It's good cheese. And then I think they had like caramelized onions in it too. And then, so the way that it's toasted too, it's toasted on that side, obviously. So you can see it's a little bit more crispy on this side. So that was the side that was facing down. It was really good. I don't know that I would get it again. I think it was good for a one-time thing. So along Komachidori, they also have a lot of different like animal cafes. So they had like an owl cafe, obviously a cat cafe, dog. They had pigs. I was the target audience for this. I did not go, unfortunately. I would have wanted to play with teacup pigs, but I'm also like, I get allergic to a lot of animals, and I didn't want to risk it, just in case. I'm trying to remember what are the other ones. Like, I was really hoping that they would have like an otter place. They did not, unfortunately. If you want to play with otters, go to Harajuku. There is a place called Harry's, where they have it's essentially like a petting zoo, animal hangout sanctuary, with otters and hedgehogs and bunnies, guinea pigs. I was mostly there for the otters and the hedgehogs. They were very cute, and you could feed them, so it was very nice. I went to. Please ignore the. I'm getting used to my new camera because the new Android has 3 lenses, and I'm not used to that. So my fingers somehow end up in my camera, in my shots. Now, so they had like a lot of. They have a lot of very small dogs in Japan, and of course, it's Asia. We like dressing up our dogs. So I was very tempted to get this for someone's dog. What phone do you have? I have a Galaxy S25, I believe. Yeah, the regular one, not the XL. Okay, this experience though, I am trying to remember the name of this museum. Does it have it on here? Okay. Well, let me slow down. So there is a museum / store. The further down you go, Komachidori, from the direction of the temple. And it's a museum mainly for like crystals and stuff, obviously like Buddhist beliefs and everything. So on the 3rd floor they actually had a cafe that has foot baths, like warm foot baths. I had actually seen this place on Instagram. I didn't know that it was in Kamakura, and I forgot about it, so I didn't make plans to go. But as soon as I saw this flyer, I was like, wait, I have seen this before. And I know for some people are weirded out because you don't want to stick your feet in the same body of water as other people's feet, and that's totally fair. You can totally skip this, but I like baths, so I was gonna do it. I sat right here. Unfortunately, they did not put the blinds up when I was there. I probably could have asked, and it would have been a nice view. But you can soak there for a little bit if you buy one of these drink sets. So this is amazake, so it is non-alcoholic sweet sake. I believe, if anybody knows this, please correct me. I think this is made out of the rice that they use to make sake, but then it's not alcoholic. I went for the amazake milkshake, and that was the best thing ever. I want to go back here, one, for the experience, but also for the milkshake again, because it was so yummy. But when you order one of these sets, it does include a foot bath experience, and you can choose either the lava foot bath, which is really just hot water. That's the one that I did. You get the pebbles, or the salt. So however you feel like. I think they have to put you somewhere specific for both of these, because in the normal area, it's really just the lava foot bath. So this is on the 3rd floor of that building, to Kura Cafe. So you do have to climb there. I think when I went there, it kind of looked like I was the only one in there. It looked like they were about to close. I don't know if they were just about to take a break because no one was there. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go anyway. So they let me in. They do give you like a fortune, like the fortunes that you would pull at like temples. I don't remember what I got, and I don't remember if I took a picture of what I got either. But my luck has not been good with those, so it's like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to do this. So you are when you get the set, you are limited to 30 minutes here, so that's just something to keep in mind. You can't just stay here all day, because especially if this is very popular, they do want to get people in and out as soon as possible to rotate. The wood boards here are where they would serve your like food. That's where you could keep your tea and everything. So they gave me this whole set. I asked for the purified salt with my milkshake, so they gave me the salt. They told me what time. Oh, Okiyome Museum was the name of the place. So if you want to go here, I highly recommend checking this place out, and also checking out their Instagram. This is not sponsored. I'm gonna recommend a lot of things that are not sponsored on this stream. So for the milkshake, you would pour the amazake into the milkshake and add the salt, and they gave you a spoon, which is this wood thing, and a straw. And also, this is like a peanut cornic snack in a way. It went really well with this, but oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite experiences, and it was so serendipitous. But I love exploring like that. Okay. So in the museum, they also had a store. So you can buy, they had a lot of like lotion, skincare, a bunch of stuff. I took this one as a joke because I saw these two lotions and I was very confused. So this first one, right? This one is made for sleep. Alright, because it's also aromatherapy. Did you go to all these places alone this day? Yes, I did. I didn't have anybody to travel with, so it was just solo travel for me. So hand cream for sleep, right? The next hand cream. Hand cream for relaxation. The last one, though. Hand cream for women? What does this mean? But I will say, I did try the sample of the woman, and it does not smell very good. That's just my opinion. But I was like, why? Like, why? So, you know, just in case a guy thought of taking that last one. I guess. Is it just guys being like, what does a woman smell like? I don't know. You sampled the woman? I was so curious. I could understand what the other ones are trying to get at. What does this mean? It says woman because if it said man, we'd be very confused on how to use it. This is mine. It has my name on it. I guess. Is this soap? Oh my gosh, please. But yeah, so no, I did not end up buying this hand cream. It didn't smell very good. That's, yeah. If you go there, just try it. So they do also have a lot of different like souvenir shops. So they did have a lot of what's it called? Ceramics and stuff that you could buy. I just thought this one was funny. I did not buy it because I was like, if I try to buy a ceramic in Japan and try to go to Hawaii and then try to go home, it's gonna break. So I didn't buy any. But I kind of wanted this one because what the heck is happening here? When you need to find a gift for a lady but don't know what lady like. So you buy them the woman hand cream. Exactly, Melly. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Don't men and women's skins have different needs, or am I reading it wrong? I mean, that could be part of it. I wasn't sure if it was like geared more towards like a hormonal thing. I really don't know, but I would not buy it personally. They had a Miffy store, guys. I love Miffy. No, excuse me. Hold on, let me drink some water. But yeah, so the first floor was a bunch of like Miffy snacks. So they had, you could see a sign here for dorayaki. They had the plushies and everything. I almost got konpeito for my sister, but then I realized like she probably doesn't want konpeito. I just realized that the lights have a face on it. I didn't notice that before. Okay, well that's nice. They also had, I think this was at a gift shop, I think. But they had raindrop cake, which I still haven't tried. Wait, no, I have tried. This is so long ago. Have you guys tried raindrop cake? Do you like it? If you've tried it, just out of curiosity. Oh, okay. So this was at the very end of Komachidori, so I could see a cake made of rain. No, I think it's just because it's like clear or translucent. So this is at the very end of Komachidori, like very close to the train station. It's a Ghibli store, and it's 2 floors. So this was the bottom floor, and then there was a second upstairs up here. So I went in because it's Ghibli, and I was like, okay, I wonder what they have. Oh my gosh, do you know how many things I wanted to buy here and I had to resist? Like this calcifer like cooking pan. It's so cute. It's so cute. And I almost actually got a humidifier because as a singer, voice actor, anybody who uses their voice, highly recommend you get a humidifier in some way so that you can keep your vocal cords humidified, moisturized. So I was really keen on getting this Totoro one because that is so cute, but I resisted because the price. But my sister actually tasked me the last time I was in Japan, because she and her husband had watched The Boy and the Heron, and the only thing that she liked from The Boy and the Heron apparently were these things, the wara waras, which I don't blame her. When she sent me the picture of this, I was like, I want to buy these myself. So the last time I went to Japan, I did not find these at all. And so when I found the Ghibli store, I was just like, will they have these? And they did. They actually had this face, and then they had like a face. So I got both of us the happy faces because she said she only wanted one. So I bought myself one because they're cute. And then, so in a lot of places, especially in Tokyo, there are a lot of stores that offer tax-free shopping if you hit a certain threshold and if you have your passport. So if you're going shopping in Tokyo, highly recommend you bring your passport, so that you could take advantage of that if you can. Some places will automatically give you a discount, and some places you will have to redeem it at the airport. I don't think I've ever encountered one that made me redeem it at the airport so far. I've usually gotten a discount right at the register. So for this one, I'm trying to remember what the threshold was, but I was like 300 yen from hitting the tax-free threshold, and I had literally been standing in front of these wara wara figurines for like a couple of minutes trying to decide if I was gonna buy them. So when they told me that I was really close to hitting the tax-free threshold, I was like, hold up, I know what I'm getting. So I have these now, and they're going in my living room. I am so excited to set them up. It is fate. Yes, exactly. It was meant to be. Unfortunately, I could not bring the box home because I brought a lot of souvenirs for a lot of friends. The box literally is just empty space. Like, I literally just took them out and then I stuffed them in the bag that I also had my Jemmy plushie in. So yeah, tax evasion. Okay, so I was also trying to figure out where I was gonna eat dinner at. So I went to a place that specialized in otoro, in tuna. So I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the name of this place, but I can find it later. But they had a whole set. It was super fancy. When my server served it to me, she was walking me through how to use all these things. Like, the soy sauce was here. I had salt. I had this. I'm guessing this is to make ochazuke. Maybe. I don't know what was in here exactly, if it was hot water or if it was broth. I had wasabi, miso, and nori also. So when you open the box, this was very yummy. I was very happy. If you don't like raw egg, again, please look away. But it was otoro and then like a more lean toro. And then there's sushi rice under it. It was so yummy. It was very worth it. And then they gave me fruits and veggies here with a, like, I want to say it was like a salted egg custard. It was really yummy to like dip all of these in and just eat. Okay, this is the next day. So Kamakura's done. Next day was church, actually. So I went to Awakening Church in Tokyo, because I'd been meaning to go there for a while to check it out. So I do recommend it if you are in Tokyo and if you're looking for a church to attend to on Sunday. I recommend either Awakening. Awakening is definitely more of a younger, more modern crowd. So depending on how you worship, just heads up. If you're looking for more formal worship, I recommend Japan Kingdom Church, which is actually the church that we partnered with for my missions trip. They're a little bit farther, I'm trying to remember what city, but look up JKC and you'll find them. Pastor Marcel's great. I did not get to meet Pastor Masa because he was not in town for Awakening, but I do recommend it. There are a lot of expats there, and they do outreach right after church. So if that is something that you're interested in doing missions or outreach, I highly recommend going to Awakening. So after church, I ended up going to Ikebukuro because I was like, I'm on a mission. I gotta find some things. I was sent here to shop for certain things, right? So I went to Animate, and if you're going to any Animate, I highly recommend the one in Ikebukuro because it's 7 floors. Each floor has a different like theme. So there's manga on a floor, there's idols on a floor, there's Itabag stuff on a floor, there's shonen on another one, VTubers on another one. So I was like, actually, okay, let me tell the whole story of this, because this is definitely an answered prayer. Because when I went to Japan for my missions trip, right, our pastor also recommended that we pray for like what we would like if we want anything tangible on the trip. And I'm like, I don't really need anything, you know, like I shop in Japan a lot because I travel here. And what came to mind was actually the Violet Evergarden Mela shoes. So if you don't know about these shoes were a collaboration. Mela does some very, very fancy / cute accessory collaborations with different series. Like they do a very prominent shoe collab with various animes like Violet Evergarden, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Twisted Wonderland. I'm trying to think of the other ones, but there's a ton. So a few years ago they did the collab with Violet Evergarden, and the heels are like my favorite thing ever. They look so cute, and I thought of that when I was praying, and I was like, God, can I have these shoes? And like, will I be able to find these shoes? And so during the missions trip and the trip after that, I was kind of looking for them low-key. Obviously during the missions trip we were very focused on ministry, so obviously we weren't really going shopping then. But then the next one I was like, where can I even find these shoes? Does Mela have a storefront? So they do have these at Animate. Sometimes they have Mela stuff on display at Animate, and I'm like, what are the odds that they're gonna have the shoe? I go there and they have the shoe. I was like, God, you're so good, thank you. Oh my gosh. So I found the shoe. I had to convert my shoe size, and originally, like, oh my gosh, it was kind of not a fight. I had to persevere to get these shoes, because the original shoe size that I requested, they actually ran out of. And that's what I was concerned about. I was just like, is my size gonna be available? So the one I originally asked for was not. So I was like, well, you know what, I'll just get the next one up, and then I'll just put inserts in it so that it fit better. Turns out the next one up is actually the perfect size for me. So I was like, God, you know what you're doing, thank you. It was so good. I was like, answered prayer. That is so crazy. So it's in a very very fancy box. This was in Animate on the first floor, because Tamon's B-side is very big right now. Of course, they have cutouts. They had cutouts of like all of the major animes that were airing right now. All that for shoes? No. Listen. Oh my gosh. I like the fact that it was also considering it's in yen, in dollars, it was very, very affordable. So, or like it was more affordable than I was expecting. So I was like, okay, good. However, getting these shoes back home was kind of difficult, just because it took up so much space in my luggage because of the box. And I will show you why I was not going to throw away the box, because the box is very fancy also. Always love hearing a prayer answered. No, for real. God really showed up in this trip, I will tell you that right now. So yeah, Tamon's B-side. So if you guys had heard about JP guy, he was somebody that my sister and her friend were trying to introduce me to. Also a big foodie in Tokyo. I did meet him at Awakening. Yeah, he's friendly. But yeah, that's not happening. So he had recommended checking out I'm Donut, which I had actually seen while walking around one time in Japan at an earlier date. And I took a picture of that too, because I thought the name was funny. Turns out their donuts are very good. So the donuts in Ikebukuro at this time are these. We've been hearing about JP Guy for 2 years, and this is the outcome. It's okay. I found someone better. So God brought me a Tokyo Disney bucket. I really wanted at a swap meet near me without me going to Japan. He makes the way. Hey, yo, let's go. That's awesome. So Yeah, so these donuts were very interesting because it's like, the normal donuts, matcha, chocolate, pistachio, raspberries, but then creamy bolognese donut. I was so curious. If you know me in food, I'm very curious about very unique foods. So, especially savory slash sweet foods. So, I got the creamy bolognese donut, the sausage donut, and because I also wanted like, a baseline, I got the normal I'm donut, which this was very good. This was also the last one that I ate. So this was the creamy bolognese, the original, and the sausage. I think, I liked them, but I think they're better heated up. So if you can reheat it, that would be great. I would highly recommend that. Let's see. So yeah. Okay, so they also, if you've been to Ikebukuro before, or if you haven't, but you're looking to shop for like anime goods and stuff, I highly recommend going to K-Books. The thing with K-Books is there's like seven to nine different K-Books, and they're all located separately, but they are all specialized in something different. So there's like a otome K-Books, there's a female idols K-Books, there's a male idols slash games K-Books. This one that I found, I think, was mainly for Ita bags and Nuis. So you could, honestly, I could have gotten one of these for Jemmy plushie. I did not though, unfortunately, because I didn't know what to do with them. Oh yeah, these. Did I not show the picture of the Otome one in the basement? Okay. So it was funny. So I was looking actually for like the shonen K-Books because one of my friends tasked me with getting Demon Slayer charms. So I was looking for that one specifically. Unfortunately, that was the last one that I went to. So I literally went to every K-Books before I found the one I was looking for, which used to be the cosplay one. So if you've been to Ikebukuro, like in the past 2 years ago, all of the one, they've shuffled all of them, so they're different now. So because I remember where the shonen one used to be the cosplay K-Books. So you can also buy secondhand cosplay if you are into cosplay. I don't know that you can try it there, so it might be a little risky, but I'd say do some research on it. These were interesting. So I went to, if you go to Sunshine City is the mall across from like all the K-Books in Ikebukuro, and probably my favorite mall, just because it's like a little bit more user friendly. They do have a Pokemon Center in there, and they do have Pokemon statues that you can take pictures with. I will show that in a bit because I know I took one. But they also have, if you go to a store called Loft, that's a store where you can get like good skincare, makeup. I went there specifically for these eyeliners, Deja Vu, because one of my roommates actually recommended them to me. She asked me to get these eyeliners for her, and this friend is really, really into makeup. So I was just like, okay, well, if she's saying that these eyeliners are good, I'm gonna buy some for me. So I bought those last time. These are my favorite eyeliners because they do not smudge. Like if you are like me and you wear eyeliner, pencil eyeliner, because I can't do liquid, and you get panda eyes a lot because your eyeliner smears, this does not move. These do not move at all. And I'm like, finally, my problems are solved. So yeah. But this thing that I'm holding, one thing that I kept seeing on like shopping in Japan Instagrams was actually this like warming eye mask, and it's so relaxing. Like it's kind of like a heat pad for your eyes, but it doesn't get too hot, obviously. But then it has like aromatherapy in it. So I got like one that smelled like hinoki, one that smelled like lavender. Panda eyes, never heard of that before. Oh my gosh. Okay, panda eyes is when so I only put like eyeliner on like my top lid, right? If I just go out throughout the day and I just blink a lot, somehow that eyeliner ends up on my bottom lid, and like it just looks like I have bags under my eyes. I don't know how this happens. I don't understand, but that's how it works sometimes. So yeah, this solves that problem. Um, if you're a girly who has this problem, I highly recommend you get your hands on these eyeliners somehow. If you're a guy who has a girly that has this problem, ask her if she wants it, and that I highly recommend it. Oh, these are it, right? So they are 1,200 yen each, but that is just makeup. So, like I said, there's a Pokemon Center in Sunshine City. My sister's biggest job for me was to get the plushies of the OG starter Pokemon, because Nephew Bud was going to choose his starter Pokemon. We were going to do that thing where we just put all the plushies in front of him and then he would choose his starter. So she was like, can you bring back the starter plushies for me? And I was like, yes, that is my most important mission for shopping on this trip. Unfortunately, I was trying to get these smaller ones, but I don't know why Charmander's the only one available. And like, there's no Bulbasaur or Squirtle. Where'd they go? So I unfortunately did have to buy the bigger ones, which are significantly more expensive, but they were very high quality, so I don't regret it. So yeah, I managed to find them. I caught them out in the wild. So I already brought them over to my sister. I don't think they've done the selection yet because I haven't gotten a video yet, because they better have taken a video. I'm gonna be so mad if I bought these and they didn't do a video. But yeah. Charmander is the best. Okay, chat. Which one was your OG starter Pokemon? Raise my hand. Squirtle. Squirtle was mine. Bulbasaur. I'm guessing Kaiba's was Charmander. Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. Yo, let's go Team Squirtle. Man, okay. Good. It's like a good mix of people. Charmander. It's got the grass to... I see. The bulb. Just a bulb. Yes, so I actually also really wanted to get this Pikachu because it has a bloom vase. You can just harvest flowers and he will hold them for you. But I was like, I don't have room in my luggage anymore, so I'm not gonna get it. Okay, they also did have installations of like Pokemon figures out in the open in Sunshine City, so of course I got to take a picture with my Oshawott. Okay, this was also why I could not throw away the box, the shoe box for the Violet Evergarden shoes, because look at this, it's so pretty. I can't throw this away ever. This box is staying with me forever. You're in Japan, go buy luggage from Donkey, but I have so many leftover luggage from Donkey. I was like, I don't want to buy a whole luggage, and also that means I have to pay for the luggage. So I actually brought a duffel bag with me from home so that I could use that as a carry-on. But then luckily I was able to check in the carry-on for free, so I didn't have to worry about that on the way home, luckily. Shoebox, that's a sewing kit box now. You're not even wrong, and like, I am totally okay with that. I have tons of sewing supplies. Actually, you're right. I could put sewing stuff in here. That would be great. But this is the shoe. I actually took this in my bunk. It's so pretty. I'm so excited to wear this. So I will be wearing this sometime next week, probably. Maybe. So, and of course, a picture of the starters. They are ready to be chosen. And I did not... Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Did I not include pictures for that? I could have sworn I grabbed those. No! Where are they? Oh, no, it's just out of order for some reason. Oh! Time warp. Time warp makes this different. Okay, because here's the thing. So, to go from Tokyo... What? Pitoni! Hello! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in, raiders! Hello, welcome! Japan is in Hawaii? No! I just did both Japan and Hawaii. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Jemmy Roca. I am a Flower Spirit VTuber. I am also part of the Christian VTuber group V Angeli. I am a V singer, a voice actor, a baker, a gardener, and a streamer. So welcome in, everybody. We are talking about my 2-week trip to Japan. I am about to switch over to Hawaii because I spent 1 week in Japan and then the next week in Hawaii. Wait, we're 2 hours in and we haven't even started talking about Hawaii. Listen, are you surprised? I yap a lot. How long was my, like, okay, hold on. I am curious because my Korea trip was only a week. How long did I spend talking about that? Let me see. I'm checking. I have a playlist just for travel blogs. Great. I can hear myself. Shut up. 2.5 hours for Korea for 1 week. So that actually does track. Okay, so here's the confusing part because pictures are going to be a little bit muddled. When you go from Tokyo to Hawaii, you are really, truly going back in time because I left Japan Monday night. I arrived in Hawaii Monday morning. So I got a whole extra day, which is probably why this trip felt longer than it actually was. So yeah, Korea was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm excited to go back. I'm trying to think what else. Okay, because this is where I'm going to have to go back and forth with pictures because Hawaii pictures and Japan pictures are going to be mixed up now because of the dates. Okay, so my last day in Japan, it was funny because I was still, looking for things to do. And I found this one Instagram that was just like, this is like the Ghibli village that you could find in Tokyo. It's called Kagurazaka. And I'm like, I have stayed in Kagurazaka 3 times. What do you mean it's the Ghibli? It's a Ghibli neighborhood. Sorry to say I'm fading fast, so I'm going to lurk. Oh, totally fine. Yeah, I meant to say that. If you need to run, I totally understand. Please get some rest. Please drink some water. I will take care of your community. But yeah, thanks again for the raid. Hopefully we can play Game of Favorites at some point. And I won't be gone or busy. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Karma. Casually missed the Ghibli village 3 times in a row. I am like, I can't even fight that. You're right. I missed it 3 times in a row. It's kind of crazy. And like, okay, this place is literally, God bless you, Jemmy and chat. God bless you, Pitoni. Sleep well. Or just, rest well. Okay, so right outside of Kagurazaka Station is this building. I don't know why I had this impression that it was under construction. There might be, it just might be because of the fence. But this in here, La Kagu and Akumeya Tokyo, is kind of like an IKEA. And I highly recommend if you're in Kagurazaka to eat here for 1 meal at least. Because, well, okay, there's a lot of like food products here. So if you are looking to bring back like tea or snacks or like sauces, if you can manage that, this is definitely a place that you could shop at. It has a whole ton of things. I was very tempted to buy some tea, but then I was like, but I have this tea at home, so technically I don't need to buy it. So there is a lunch menu here, breakfast menu, I think dinner menu also, and they have meal sets, which are really, oh my gosh, this might have been my favorite meal in Tokyo. And I ate a lot of things, but I ended up getting the Akumeya Gozen, so you can choose. Well, you get variety, so you could try all of the dishes, and then you get to choose your flavoring for this thing, which I don't remember. I think this is fried oysters. Okay, it was chicken and vegetables for this middle one. It was fried oyster for this one, and then I believe this was marinated maguro, so tuna. It was so yummy. Oh my gosh. Again, favorite breakfast. And then I upgraded it and I got a genmaicha somewhere. I don't know where it went, but it's here. But yeah, I would recommend this. But in the store, they also have like a lot of ceramics, a lot of things that you can bring back home for souvenirs, chopsticks, housewares. I am a big sucker for cute housewares, so this had me in a chokehold. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy anything. I mean, I could have bought it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't use these, so there's no point. Let me save my money for Hawaii, where everything is expensive. So That was my breakfast. And I was so glad because I was trying to decide if I was going to eat breakfast at Kagurazaka because they have a cafe there. I'm so glad I didn't. Like, if you stay at Unplanned, maybe don't get the meal upgrade unless you just want convenience. I would highly recommend just going here because the food's good. Okay, that's Hawaii. Okay, so this is when I started walking through Kagurazaka because I was just like, okay, they said Ghibli. I didn't exactly find anything that was particularly Ghibli, but just walking through the streets, like one of my favorite experiences when I'm traveling is kind of just like meshing in or like blending in with the everyday life. So I kind of just want to experience like the mundane life of like someone who lives there. So I did the same thing in Korea. I've done it a ton in Japan. I did it in Guam. Favorite activity. So I just like walking through the streets and like they're all scenic. Like I feel like I'm like walking through an anime. Dragon, welcome in. But I did wander into a store that had CDs, and I was like, wow, 700 megabytes was so much back then. I am definitely aging myself, but for all of y'all that are in that age range, you are seen. You are in good company. And okay, I did not mean to go to another donut place, but there was a place called We Love Donut in Kagurazaka, and they also had very interesting flavors. So I had... Did I get any of these in particular? I don't remember. I think I got the prosciutto and potato salad one. Floppy disks. Oh man, really dating ourselves. But I see Steno Kaiba 90s, so I see. Yeah, that's old. Yeah, I think they had way more in the store than they did on the sign. Mira, thank you for the 14 months. You're so late. You know what? I haven't even gotten to Hawaii yet, girl. You're fine. I am on track, unfortunately. I had a busy evening, but at least I'm here now. I'll have to watch the VOD later. Yeah, and if you need any advice, please, if you have any questions or need any advice, please let me know. That goes for you too, chat. If you have questions later, just leave a question in the comments. I will answer it, but please be nice. Yeah, so, but the store setup was very cute, because look at this. I love the architecture. The interior is very, very cute and like kind of cave-like. Yeah, so I got the chocolate mochi donut because I also really wanted chocolate and mochi. This one was a camembert bacon donut. And I'm like, okay, interesting cheese, interesting combination for a donut. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, it all looks so tasty. It was very tasty. This was the prosciutto and potato salad. Again, I think this needed to be heated up, but at the same time, you don't really want to cook prosciutto. But the potato salad was kind of cold, but it's still yummy. So yeah, just hanging out with all the donuts, and then they had a whole selection of stuff. Very cute, very yummy. Would go again. I think I would go here more than I am donuts. So yeah, I cook prosciutto. What? How dare you? That's like, how could you do that to prosciutto? That's the whole point of prosciutto. Is that it's like cured and raw. Okay, so wandering through, it's too gummy otherwise. You just give me your prosciutto karma. I will enjoy it the way that it was meant to be enjoyed. Walking through the streets, they also have a lot of gift stores in Kagurazaka too. So they had a lot of really cute earrings and jewelry. I am usually a fan of really cool earrings, so this was speaking to me, but I had to hold off on buying earrings because I have a lot. Diddle the artist, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the garden. Yeah. So they also had, oh my gosh, I was so tempted to get these ones because these are kind of just, they're kind of just me-core. So much stuff, I feel like I would get so overwhelmed. Honestly, Mira, I was a little bit. So I spent a lot of time in this store because I just kind of took it in slowly. Oh man, they also had kanzashi. So like the stuff that you stick in your hair. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. But also, Ami, did you have spam musubi? I'm so sorry, Ami. You're gonna be very disappointed. Your ears are pierced, right? I got you these really pretty. What? You did? But yes, I do have pierced ears. Oh, Mira, you didn't have to. Whenever we meet up again, whenever that is, I don't know when that would be, but we'll find a day. We'll find some time. This was a back alley of Kagurazaka. They had like an Italian restaurant. I kind of just wandered over here because I saw the greenery. This was to... Where was this? Wait. I can read the station. Idabashi Station. So I was trying to get to... Where was I trying to... Melly's wedding! Oh, yes. You're right. Meeting before reach. I can't wait that long to see my Yoshis. Me too. I miss you girls. I don't remember where I was going. Where was I going from Idabashi? I mean, I guess I'll find out with the pictures. But yeah, very scenic bridge. It was a nice station. I was going to Shinjuku because I was trying to get to a Don Quixote because I really needed to get souvenirs for people. I heard about you from Melly and Mira and decided to join in. Well, welcome in! Glad to have you. Yeah, we're just chatting about my trip that I've been gone on for the past 2 weeks. Did you use your phone or camera? This is my phone camera. No, not spoiling Hawaii. Okay, well, okay. So, thank you, Ami. If for all of you who have been watching Culinary Class Wars, if you haven't been, I highly recommend it. I got jump scared by Chef Peck in the streets, so I took a picture of him. But there is a area in Shinjuku that is essentially K-Town. Chef Who? Just watch Culinary Class Wars. It's on Netflix. A Burger Man, yes. I only know Baker Roka. Oh dang. Who's she? She sounds lame. There is essentially a Koreatown in Shinjuku, so if you want to go shopping for K-pop stuff and other things, you can come here. I didn't really stick around here for too long because I was trying to find a Don Quixote and a GU. So GU is like Uniqlo, but a spin-off of Uniqlo. But I had heard they were doing a Miffy collab, and I didn't see anything Miffy, so I was really sad. They had a macaron vending machine. That's why I took this picture. Okay, this was... I'm trying to think of the timeline. Was Shinjuku? Did I leave that day? I think I did. If this is the next picture. So this was at the airport. This is Haneda Airport, Terminal 3. I just really wanted tsukemen because I realized the whole trip I didn't eat any tsukemen. Can you say you were miffed there was no Miffy? Oh my gosh, Dak. But yes, I was very miffed that there was no Miffy. What the heck? I really wanted a Miffy sweater. But yeah, so I realized I hadn't had tsukemen the entire trip, and I was like, I want tsukemen because I personally think it's better than ramen. But I also like richer and thick broths, so that's why. Yeah, if you like ramen, I'd highly recommend you try tsukemen too, just to see which one you like better. But honestly, the tsukemen that was at the airport, I think, was just essentially a deconstructed ramen, because usually the broth is supposed to be different. I think the broth wasn't that good. Maybe it was just bad tsukemen, but I mean, it might also just be like it's not your thing, which is totally fair. Why did I do that? Hold up. Let me see. Where is that? Give me a second while I find this thingy. Where did it go? Ah. Okay. So, is it still? Hold on. I need to restart. I need to make sure that doesn't show up again. Okay, well, I guess I'm in Hawaii now because I think the last picture that I took in Japan was literally that tsukemen. So I will kind of backtrack to where the Hawaii pictures start, wherever they are. Okay, this was my baby for the week. I got to drive a Jeep Wrangler. I was like, I've never driven a Jeep before. I just know they're a gas guzzler. And is this okay? Job, are you okay with paying for this? And yes, they are. So here I am. I'm driving a Jeep. I can off-road, no problem. Let's go in Hawaii. So I had told a few friends that I had bought the Mela shoes, the Violet Evergarden shoes. Dak, wait, you're here. The Violet Evergarden shoes are so pretty. Yes, I got them. They are so nice. So one of my friends was just like, I need better pictures of it. So I took a better picture of it in the shoebox. I am so excited to wear these. Hopefully they don't kill my feet. I set up all of the plushies in the hotel in Hawaii. Do you have the brooch to go with it? I did not. No, I don't have the brooch, but there is a brooch that's hanging on this one. And it's only on one of the shoes for some reason. So, yeah. So I set up all of the plushies because why not? This room I think had 2 beds, so I was like, okay, 1 bed for me and 1 bed for all of the plushies. This is great. Oops. Okay, so we're mixing these 2. So where I stayed at for Hawaii, I stayed at the Hyatt Regency Resort. So it is beachfront, and weirdly enough, work was willing to pay for it. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna stay here. And the weather is usually nice. Unfortunately, the day that I was there, they were calling for like 50-mile-per-hour winds, so it's extremely windy. So when I tried to go out, I was being pushed around. I got bullied by the wind. Darn those airbenders. But when I was at breakfast the next day, my server was telling me like, yeah, that's not normal. Like, don't worry, it's fine. Jemmy, do you call storms whenever you travel? Do I call storms? I don't mean to. And like, wait, what do you mean? Has this happened before? And I don't remember. I think this was the only time this has really been like really windy. If I have talked about this before, let me know though, because I don't remember. But yeah, this is the lobby. It is exposed and it is outside, and it was very nice. The last time it was a tsunami. Oh, yeah, Guam. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm sent there to pray for the land. I'm not really sure. Are you trying to tell me Jemmy is an X-Men? I'm secretly Storm? Flower spirit? What? It's probably just the area effect of Poseidon and Odysseus battling it out. Yeah, exactly, Mira. Actually, I was kind of told that that the weird weather in Hawaii was a byproduct of all the stuff that was happening in the States. So like the nor'easters and everything. So I didn't exactly get away unscathed from all the weather that I was missing back home, because it did follow me to Hawaii somehow. So stepping out of the hotel, you are met with the beach immediately. So it's right there. So on Friday, which was my day off that week, I just sat out there. That's where I was just having a quiet time. It was so peaceful. I loved it so much. I like being in the mountains. I like being on the beach. There's something about water sounds that just calms me. My older brother almost got stranded in Hawaii once. Oh no, stranded. Well, I mean, there are worse places to get stranded, I guess. But also, Hawaii is very expensive. So my first meal in Hawaii is, of course, poke. Yeah, I go to sleep with wave sounds sometimes. Yeah. Honestly, I'll get to this when I get to the picture, I guess. So I got poke. First meal of Hawaii. The view reminds me of Yakuza. You are not the first one to say that. Do you know how many people I talked to while I was on this trip? They were just like, have you found Majima? Where's Yakuza? like, have you played it? And like, I haven't played it yet, so unfortunately I couldn't appreciate Hawaii to its fullest. So the next time I go before I go back to Hawaii, I'm gonna play Yakuza, but going back to Hawaii might be next month, so maybe I don't have time. Yeah, I gotta tell Majima that I have friends that love him. I also gotta play Yakuza, right? Okay, Mira, shakes your hand. We are gonna play Yakuza eventually. So yeah, I got poke. I got 2 different salmon pokes, and like, how much was this? I think for this is like maybe the smallest thing of poke I've ever gotten, even like including the states. This was $20. Just fish and rice. Yes. Honestly, I think I just like the fish and rice as it is. I don't need all the fixins. I don't need too many fixins. That's huge. I don't know. I think because I'm just so used to big bowls of poke, I'm just like, oh, this is pretty small. I mean, it was mostly fish. The fish ratio was great. So I'm like, okay, fine. The price is fine. Also, I'm not paying for it because work is paying for it. So fine. Yeah. Hey, at least they said thank you for your donation. Wait, I was just like, wait, did someone donate and I didn't say anything? 20 is a lot for it though. Yes. I am not even kidding. Meals in Hawaii are like minimum $20. So just don't be shocked. Every time while I was in Okinawa and I kept telling people like, yeah, I'm going to Hawaii next, they're like, oh, Hawaii. Just be ready for the sticker shock, okay? And I'm like, how bad is it? Every meal was over 20. Like, I think I got a quarter of that size for $4 when I was in Hawaii. What? You did? Wait, that's pretty good then. Right? Yeah, because then that's $16. But yeah, about 10 years ago, I see. Okay, so we're going back to Japan. Oh, okay. So, when I checked into the hotel, I was very surprised. They have a vending machine for Lay's. Unfortunately, your flower spirit did not buy any flower Lay's for some reason. I will get one next time. Like a lei, like the flower necklace that you wear. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a teddy bear. Hello? I didn't know that. Yeah, so they're very accessible. Like, I also found them at the grocery store if you want them. But I guess I was also like worried, like, is there a time and place to wear them? I don't want to wear it wrong. I could have just asked. You didn't get a lei when you landed? No! Were they supposed to give me one? Terrible airline. Oh, I got there at like 8 a.m. Maybe it was too early. But yeah. Okay, so I did walk over to the beach later that day. This was when it was very, very windy, so you could see the palm trees kind of like freaking out. But that didn't stop anybody from going to the beach, and the beach was very nice. Like, I wish I could have enjoyed it more, and I'll say why I couldn't. But this was actually, so I was going on my way to breakfast the next morning. So I was met with the sunrise, which is really, really nice. This is, again, the lobby. So I think if you see this staircase right here, it leads to the checkout counter, or check-in desk over here. So a lot of it was very open. And this was my breakfast. I got noodles, I got eggs benedict, a cheese blintz, dumplings, cod, potatoes, and rice. I am very partial to noodles, I will admit, but I really like these noodles in particular. They were very good. And so, like, I was in the inner part of the restaurant, but they had the big doors open so that it opens up to the outside, and they have outdoor seating. And I was wondering why they had all of these, like, plate covers just hanging around. And then this guy came over, and I was like, oh, that's why they have the plate covers. Because the birds are vicious. They will go after your food. Like, this guy is smart. He managed to get this off of the plate and started picking at the food. Like, the waitstaff had to come over and replace it for them. I mean, it's a buffet, but still. So actually, when I stepped away, they'd also covered my food, despite me being closer to people because I was in the inside. This is again the lobby, and I will do a plug for this. I am not sponsored by this app whatsoever, but my parents recommended it to me, and it gave me a very good time. So there is a guide app. There's a like a tour guide app, and you could use it for walking tours. There's also driving tours, called shaka. So shaka is actually the name of the hand pose that the hand gesture that they use in Hawaii, where it's like your pinky and your thumb, and then your 3 middle fingers down. That's called a shaka, which they said basically means aloha but as a hand gesture. So yeah, so if you get the Shaka Guide app, they have a lot of different routes, like driving tour routes. So my parents had done it. They did one that brought them all around like the coast of Honolulu, or most of the coast of Honolulu. So I went ahead and did that too. And it took me to a lot of really cool places that I would not have heard of. So this one actually took me to a Japanese temple, which is really funny because I just come from Japan. But the views and like the mountains and everything that you got to just drive by the beaches, it was so worth it. So if you do get a rental car, yes, rentals are expensive too, but if you get that option, I highly recommend maybe taking a day just to do a driving tour. So I took a picture with the temple, because of course I did. You did have to pay to get in here, and they did mention, it is like a sacred area, so beachwear was not allowed. Like, be respectful. I think I just took a picture. I think this was mainly for the mountains, but I literally, every chance I got, if I could find a place to stop off and like take a picture of the water or like check out the beach, I stopped. And that's why it took me so long to get through this tour. I didn't even finish this tour. I had to skip a lot of places actually. So yeah, so there was a place that sold macadamia nuts where they also had chickens. I now understand why Hey is in Moana and his role in Moana, because there are chickens all over Hawaii and they're just wandering around. So at this macadamia nut place, you could actually feed the chickens macadamia nuts. So if you see this rock over here, there's like a container of macadamia nuts somewhere on the side here, and you crush them with the rock and you feed it to the chickens. So I think I did it, or I tried to. But I think I might have pulverized the nut, because I was just like, which one is the nut? But then it just gets lost. Never mind, sorry. I forgot I'm awkward. So yeah, that is what I did with chickens. And then there was a chicken on a roof. I will tell you, what I learned on this Hawaii trip is that whatever they told you about chickens not being able to fly, don't believe them. I saw one fly. Not like soar, but it did move up pretty pretty high. So this was also one of the parks that the tour took me to, mainly to see this island over here, because I guess it's a pretty prominent area. Okay, so while I was driving along the coast, of course, if I saw a nice view, I stopped, and I just like listening to waves and seeing pretty water. So here I was, I just kind of chilled here for a while and photobombed my own picture. Took lots of videos of just waves, but I got up to North Shore where they do a lot of surfing, and I think that day waves were reaching like 35 to 40 feet high. So it was like there was like a wave advisory because it was pretty strong. Yeah, I was not looking out the window while I was driving, I promise. My eyes were on the road. Another tsunami warning. Actually, there was like a flood warning. But yeah. So there was also this area that the tour took me on where they were talking about lava rocks in particular, but they were using lava rocks to trap fish during high tide. So they would create like essentially a sanctuary. Is it really called a sanctuary if you're gonna fish for the fish in there? But it basically made a containment area for the fish. So during low tide, they couldn't get out and they couldn't get through the lava rocks. So it made a reservoir, and I think you can actually see some of the fish down here that I was able to see. But like the entrance point is like super, super far over in this direction. This was just more of the calm area. Oh. Sorry, excuse my dumbness. My favorite part of my Hawaii trip was at the mall where the underground floor is a Japanese food court. Really? Wait, did I go there? Oh, wait, I know which one you're talking about because I also went there. If it was Honolulu, I definitely went to an Asian food court. Most of it was Japanese. Okay, so on North Shore, there's also a place called the Polynesian Cultural Center. And a lot of people recommend that you go there because obviously it has a lot, they talk a lot about the culture of the island and Hawaii. I did not get to hang out here for too long because you do have to pay a fee to see the museum itself and to walk through. I just stayed on the outdoor area, and also because I wanted to eat lunch. So this was the place where I found food. And they also do a luau, I think, every night here. So one of my coworkers who used to live in Hawaii was really recommending that I go to a luau. So that's where they do the hula dancing, they do the performances, and they have like the pig roast and everything. It does cost, so you do have to plan for it. I think the one that I found that she recommended to me was $160 per person. And I was like, I'm gonna wait until I come here with people, with other friends or something. Because, yeah. But actually, one of my coworkers who is on the island, he was like, well, I have some nephews who work at the luau. Maybe they could, like, I'm gonna see if they can hook you up with tickets. And I was like, oh, thank you. That would be so nice. So I think maybe the next time I go, they might be able to help me out, because the weekend that I stayed was actually very stormy. So I don't think any of those events were really happening. So that's why he did not reach back out to me. Bird. But this was my lunch for that day. So I got garlic shrimp, brisket, and mac salad and rice. Oh my gosh, garlic shrimp though, so good. I'll talk about that later because I had a better one somewhere else. And of course, you know, they advertised Hawaiian ice cream with real fruit, and then I go there and I get ice cream with peppermint. Oops. Okay, so this is North Shore. This is where the really big waves for surfing was at. So the waves are pretty rough. They got pretty tall. They don't really look it here, but I don't think you can really like get a good sense for it unless you're actually there, unfortunately. I did my best. I did kind of see surfers a little bit later. None of them were at this part, maybe because it was a little bit more on the rough side here. And this was very interesting, actually. Speaking of paragliding karma, there are paragliders up in the sky here. This was a very interesting route that the tour took me on, because they had me take this like off-road. It's not off-road. It was paved. But the tour app also gives you like a history lesson as you're driving. So it was talking to me about this place that I was going to, and it was talking about like how they would do like human sacrifices here. They would leave sacrifices for their gods and everything. And I was like, am I gonna be okay? Especially after the human sacrifice thing. And the thing is, there was a gate at the front that said gate will close at 5. I drove in at 5:30, so I was just like, am I gonna be okay? Am I gonna get trapped here? And I'm like praying as I go up there. I'm like, Holy Spirit, please, please don't let them close the gate. Please don't let me get trapped here. So, but they did mention in the tour that if you take the trail over here, you get a really nice view of the bay. So as I was getting out of my car, I did see a guy with like 2 dogs heading out over here. So I kind of followed. Because there was also another path over in this direction, and I wasn't sure if that was it, but I figured since he was heading this way, I was like, okay, I'll just go that way too. So it took you through the woods. over the river into the woods. So once you reached the end of the trail, or once I reached the end of the trail, there was actually like a little like a platform. Not a little, it was really tall. Like, I don't think I would have been able to get up there unless I had help. And the guy had a chair. So one of his dogs started barking as soon as I was approaching. And he was like, oh, don't worry, like, they're fine. Like, you can come up here. Do you want to come up here to get a better view? Very friendly. Guy from, I think he was from Arizona, actually. He was just like, yeah, I came to Hawaii years ago, and like, I just never wanted to leave. So I was like, okay, cool. So he was there. He helped me up so I could get a better view. And just, it was like very serendipitous. I was like, this is nice to just be able to meet people, but also let me leave just in case this might be dangerous. Luckily some other people showed up too, so I was like, okay, not alone, that's good. But this was the view from that platform, so you could see all the waves. You could actually see a surfer over here. Oh, you could see a bunch of surfers right here, actually. So, actually, that's a pretty big wave now that I'm looking at it. Yeah. And then the sun was starting to set, so I figured I need to head out. The guy that was there did mention the gate closing. And he was like, yeah, sometimes they close it on time, sometimes they don't. I don't think they did today. But yeah, hopefully we can make it out before it closes. I'm like, hopefully. Like, I'm gonna leave now so I don't get locked up here, because I have no way to get back if I do, and I have work the next day. So so I ended up leaving and ended up actually going to this beach, now that I think about it. Creeper, welcome in. So this was actually at the beach that I was just pointing at. So I found a chicken, right? I'm just watching it. It looks like it's been having fun because people were chasing it. It jumps up to this tree branch and flies and ends up there. I'm just like, chickens can fly. What do you mean chickens can't fly? So I made it over to the beach, got to watch the sunset. So pretty. Like, pictures do not do it justice. And then headed home. So the next day after work, I was talking to my coworker who did live in Hawaii, and she was just like, you need to check out this food truck called Giovanni's, like, because garlic shrimp is a thing, like, is a staple food over in Hawaii. And she was recommending that I check out a food truck. Turns out Giovanni's also has a location in a food court that's closer to Waikiki, like 30 minutes away from Waikiki. Whereas the food truck is maybe an hour driving north of Waikiki, which I would not have made it on time because I had to leave right after work. I left work at 4:30. The truck closes at 5, and Google was telling me it would take an hour. So yeah, I did not do that. So I went and got it here, and okay, the way that my coworker sold it to me was that she does not like peeling shrimp. Once she gets food, she just wants to eat. And I'm like, totally fair. She was like, but for Giovanni's shrimp, I will work for the food. It is worth it. And I can 100% agree. This was so yummy. I really wanted to eat it a second time. So if you get the chance to get garlic shrimp in Honolulu, I highly recommend Giovanni's, whether it's the food truck or the food court. The food court is actually in an H Mart, so just a heads up. But this garlic, oh, it's so yummy. Definitely brush your teeth after and gargle. Mouthwash, everything, because it will stick with you. No shrimp in bin. No, we are not throwing out this shrimp. If you don't eat it, I'm disowning you. So, I think this was actually my last full day in Hawaii. So I tried to make it back up to North Shore because I didn't finish all of my tour. But of course, you know, with chickens being everywhere, of course, you have a chicken crossing the road. Why did the chicken cross the road? So I needed to take a picture. There was also another girl right here who was taking a picture of it. So I was like, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who thought about this. But okay, one thing that all the locals will tell you is you need to check out Matsumoto's shaved ice. Um, and I can concur. Yeah, definitely go get it. It is basically, if you could get it with ice cream, I highly recommend it. They actually, like, because it's shaved ice, right? So they actually put like a scoop of ice cream and then they surround it with shaved ice, and then they add whatever shaved ice flavors you want. You can add up to 3. I did a small, and that was enough. I added mochi and condensed milk, and then my syrups were I'll get to that. But they wait, hold on, I got stuck again. I got stuck. Hold on. I can't grab. There we are. Let me just close out VTube Studio and then open it up again. Congrats, you saved 50 cents. No, for real, that's a good thing. No, for real, though. With how expensive Hawaii is, man, you gotta save up where you can. Nope. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me just turn that off. Okay. Wait, is this still have a thingy? Why do I have 2 instances of VTube Studio up? Hold up. Okay, there we go. Yeah. No! Why are you still stuck? Why? Hold on, let me try this again. Let me fix, please. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Great. Yeah, so Pog. I had to take a picture of this, obviously, because of the sticker that's in our Discord. Courtesy of Karma. Thank you for that. So it's passion fruit, orange, and guava. And apparently that is a common abbreviation for it, because I've seen it in other places other than just here. So, Matsumoto Shaved Ice. Apparently, if you played Yakuza, this made an appearance, and they also did a collab with Yakuza. I can't remember which. I think it was actually the Ichiban. No, it wasn't the Ichiban. But they did have a flavor that was related to Yakuza. I did not get that one. So what I got was actually melon, matcha, and pina colada. And then I got mochi. And they actually give you a straw so that, because obviously it's shaved ice, it's gonna melt. They give you a straw so that you can slurp it up as it's melting. Oh my gosh, Princess, welcome in. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Jemmy Roca. I am a flower spirit VTuber. I am also a, what do I do? I am a V-singer, a voice actor, a baker, a gardener, and a streamer. Oh my, whoa. Sleepiness, thank you for the raid. Oh my gosh, is this because because it's 11:30? Oi. But welcome in, raiders. Hello, hello. Okay, sorry, let me, oi. What? Shadow. Shadow, thank you for the 5 gifted. Dang, okay. Yo, it's a party. Thank you guys so much. We have a hype train. It's been so long. Sorry, don't apologize. No, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome home, thank you. It's good to be home. It was a good vacation, but it is nice to be in my own bed now. Keep spoiling our Oshia, thank you. But hello guys, hello raiders, my name is Jemmy Roca. I'm a flower spirit VTuber. I am a V-singer, a voice actress, a baker, gardener, and streamer. And I have been world traveling, so I am telling stories from my Japan and Hawaii trip. But now we're on Hawaii. But guys, how was your streams, Princess and Nez? How was it? What were you streaming? Tell me right now. I want to know. Yeah. So I'm talking about this shaved ice that I got right now, which apparently was in, or has collaborated with Yakuza. The game, the video game, not the actual Yakuza. She's so talented. Well, no, wait. Aw, Mira, thank you for the kind words. You're doing Chrono Trigger? Ooh! I need to grab some food and buckle in for some editing tonight. Hey, yo, good luck! Totally understand if you guys have to run, but you are free to, of course, hang out with us as I just yap and tell stories, hopefully. I am not finishing before midnight. I just looked at the time. But if you have to run, please go get some rest. Please go eat something and just chill. I will take care of your communities for you. But yeah. So, because it's shaved ice, they did give you a straw so that you could drink it all at the end. But with the ice cream, oh my gosh, it was so yummy. Matcha was good. Actually, one of my coworkers had recommended that I get like matcha as the flavor and then condensed milk as the topping, which I did, but then I added melon and pina colada. I think the melon was probably my favorite out of the three. I probably should lurk since seeing yummy food during a tea. I'm so sorry, Shadow. Yes, please. I totally understand if you have to lurk and not watch. Just save it for later. The VOD will stay up. Because there's no reason for it to go down, because there's no copyrighted music on this. Hopefully. Okay, more chickens, because I found them. And then, which beach was this? Which beach? Oh, this was actually, okay, this was Friday morning. So, one of the things that I really wanted to do was just sit on the beach in the morning as the sun's rising, have my quiet time, like read my Bible, just chill. And it was so peaceful. Oh my gosh, it was time that I needed so badly. So I got a blanket. I got a towel from the hotel, and I grabbed myself a pina colada smoothie, which unfortunately this was extremely pulpy. So I'm like, I don't recommend that one. Don't get the pina colada smoothie from the Hyatt Regency. It's not the best. And I just chilled there for like 2 hours at least, because I think I finally made it out there at 7, and I think I left around 9:30. And just enjoyed. Like, there were a lot of people, not a lot of people on the beach yet, but there were a lot of people doing surf lessons, so that was really cool to see. I obviously did not take a surf lesson. Nobody approached me about one, which was nice, because there were a lot of instructors just soliciting people, like, hey, you want to learn how to surf? I don't know if they might have called out to me, and I just had my headphones in and I just didn't hear them. So oops. This was the view from laying down on the ground. And I was like, oh, it's so pretty. It was so peaceful. And like, I did buy a little baggie for Jemmy plushie, so she's protected. And I did sport a Trader Joe's bag during this trip, because if you don't know, apparently Trader Joe's bags are trending over in Asia. So I did bring some over for coworkers for gifting culture. So they really appreciated it. And I was just like, you know what? This bag holds a lot. I'm just going to use this. I immediately thought that the baggie is the perfect size when I saw it earlier. Yeah, right? I mean, it's a little big, but I can also add more stuff in there, so it's fine. Oh, hi, Action Production. Welcome in. Okay, so Marugame Udon is a udon place that's in Waikiki. My coworker who is from Hawaii recommended this to me and was just like, yeah, you should check it out. It's kind of like a cafeteria style, so you go in there, you order like what kind of udon you like, and then they have self-serve areas where you could get like tempura, fried cheese, potato croquette, anything that you want to add to your udon. I ended up getting if you go here, just be prepared. I don't think I ever passed here and there wasn't a line out the door, but the line is not too bad. For this though, I did have to share a table with a stranger, which is fine. I'm okay with meeting new people. It was actually really cool. So I was like, well, this is fun. So I ended up getting a curry beef udon with a potato croquette and cheese. They also had katsu. They had spam musubi. Obviously you wouldn't put that in the udon, but it was just like an add-on. And I was kind of sad because they had calamansi juice, but then there wasn't anything in the juicer, so I couldn't order calamansi drink, and I was so sad. So Yeah. So I was taking pictures of my food, and the person who was sharing the table with me, like, waited until I was done. I was like, you don't have to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't get you in the picture, except I didn't realize that I did. Oops. And then, like, right outside of Marugame Udon was a Michael matcha place. So I really wanted matcha soft serve. Like, I was craving it. So I was like, this is perfect. This is great. So I'm gonna get this. And then I ended up walking around, like, a pretty bougie mall. But then they had claw machines. And I don't understand. Please, chat. If you understand this plushie, I would like an explanation. Because why is it a frog tire? Why is it a tire that is a frog? I don't know why. And somebody had sent this to me before because they also ran into a similar thing and they were about to buy it because they're like, their OC is like frog themed. And then I was just like, why is it a frog tire? You haven't heard of frog tire? Mira, please tell me you're serious. Is this a thing? Please explain it. What is a frog tire? Wait, should I Google this? Wait, what is a frog tire? Is this a thing? I'm Googling it. I was JK. Okay. What? Okay, I started to Google it and it auto completed to frog tire brain rot. Brain rot. It's a trend that went viral on TikTok in early 2025. But why? It is part of the Italian brain rot genre. Oh. Oh, okay. Wait, I think I know where this came from, but I don't know much about it, so I'm just gonna skip it. Yeah, okay, so this was the inside of a mall. So this was like a seating area that was in there, so I did kind of chill in here. But oh my gosh, the mall was so nice. Especially if, like, since it just like blends in with nature. I was like, this is me. I like being here. I will just sit here for a while, which I did. And then just across the street there was another mall. Oh, this was where I think this is where the underground like Japanese food court was. And so I took a picture because I literally just come from Japan and eaten a bunch of Wagyu, right? $18 a skewer. A skewer? That's insane! But it's Wagyu and it's Hawaii, so I'm not surprised, but I'm still flabbergasted. So, no, I did not eat this. But there were a lot of expensive things there, so I was like, well. I think I did go to the grocery store and get a lot of poke. Because there was a mart that was kind of down the street. And they gave very generous servings of fish in their poke, so I was like, I'll just do that. This was a koi fish, so I did move hotels after work was over. So I moved from the Hyatt Regency to the Sheraton Princess across the street. Luckily, it was across the street. I think if I had to choose between the two, because like the room in the Hyatt was bigger, but I liked the room. Okay, the room in the Hyatt was bigger and the bathroom was nicer. I liked the room in the Sheraton, but it was significantly smaller. And both of them were kind of outdoorsy, and I kind of like both, so I can't really recommend one over the other. 800 yen for 5 grapes on a stick at Tsukiji Market. But they were the best 5 grapes I had, though. You know, I think I did the same thing with Ichigo Daifuku, because I don't like strawberries, right? But I liked these strawberries. I was like, this is fine. I will eat these. Yeah, so these were koi fish that were outside of the Sheraton Princess. So there was one day, was this Saturday? I think this was Saturday. So unfortunately I had to work on something in the beginning of the day, in the morning. So that took up pretty much until my lunchtime. And so I was just like, okay, it's windy, it's stormy outside. Well, it's kind of not stormy, but it's like rainy outside, kind of icky. Like I don't really want to do anything. But of course I have to go eat, right? So I decided to go to this place called Fat Cheeks because I wanted a burger. I don't know why I was craving burgers so much on this trip. But they had a lobster burger. So it was a beef burger, but then they included lobster in the burger. And I'm gonna say right now, okay, so I was dropped off. I did take an Uber. If you take an Uber in Hawaii, there are a lot of promo times that slash the prices in half. I would recommend waiting for that as much as possible. Put your alerts on so that you know. They dropped me off over here. So I was walking over to Fat Burger across the street, and then I noticed there's a floating pool on this apartment. I was like, whoa, that's interesting. I know those exist. I know I've seen those before, but I don't think I've ever seen it in real life. So, oh my gosh, Rue, hello, thank you for the raid. Oh wait, I've been here. Hello, siblings. Welcome, raiders. My name is Jemmy Roca. I am a flower spirit VTuber. I am a V-singer, voice actress, cook, baker, gardener, and world traveler now. So, welcome back. Thank you. How was your stream? What were you streaming? You'll never get me to swim in a pool with no base like that. I was also like kind of freaked out. I was like, I mean, like, would you add weight to it though if you were in it because you're floating? I guess you would. Maybe. That's how it works, right? I imagine that when it has people, the view from above is prettier than the view from below. Yes. Ooh, Cult of the Lamb. Ooh, nice. How much has your cult grown? It's Thursday. You're the engineer, you tell me. I know. That's why I'm trying to, like, brain this, but my brain is also not braining because it's 11:50 at night. And I'm still jet lagged a little bit. So, yeah. So, floating pool. I was trying to get to Fat Cheeks to get a burger. This was the burger that I got. The lobster smash burger. Double homemade patty smash burger, cheeseburger topped with buttered lobster, our Fat Cheeks sauce, lettuce, tomato, and red onions on a toasted bun. I will say their Fat Cheeks sauce, so good. All they described it as was mayo with herbs. I don't know what was in it, but it was super tasty. I need to get ready for bed. Okay, thank you. Thank you again for the raid. Please get some good rest, and I will take care of the siblings for you. Thank you again. My gut feeling says yes, the weight increases. I would think so. Yes. I don't think buoyancy. I'd have to look into this. Or ask another engineer. But yeah, so I ended up getting the lobster smash burger. I added fries, and this was so yummy. Honestly, like, I overate. I should have cut this in half and saved it for later. Well, maybe I can't really do that with the lobster. But I was not able to finish the fries. I did bring the fries back home, and even though they were cold, they were still delicious. So, if you go and you want a burger, unfortunately, this is a drive from Waikiki, but I would highly recommend going. It's worth the trip. Gotta run and get some art done tonight. Okay, have a good one. Diddle. Is it Diddle? How do you pronounce your name? Nobody leaves half a burger. but you could save it for later. Also, it was $21 for the burger. So, okay, since I did have a big lunch, and this was like really late, I didn't really get hungry until really late. And outside of the Marugame udon, oh hi Ceylon, outside of the Marugame udon was also a Tiger Sugar bubble tea. So I was craving bubble tea at like 8:30. This place supposedly closes at 9. I walk over to the Tiger Sugar. It's kind of raining. Okay, it closes at 8:30, but I think I got there at 8. Why did it close at 6? As soon as I got there, I was so mad. It's pronounced diddle or just D-I-T-L. Okay, diddle was right. Okay, yeah, have a good night. Yeah, $21 for just burger. That didn't even include the fries. It was just burger. So, instead of Tiger Sugar, I went to the matcha cafe again because it's next door. So I got a hojicha float with vanilla and matcha ice cream. They knew you were coming. I'm not even kidding. Tiger Sugar had it out for me because I don't think I have a picture to represent this, so I could tell this story now. So the next day, I went to go get breakfast. I will show you the breakfast in a bit. But I was like, yo, I'm near Tiger Sugar, so I can get Tiger Sugar on the way back to the hotel because it's still too windy for me to do really anything. Because I'd also one of the coworkers that is in Hawaii that I had met up with, she apparently is a hiking fan. Also, she likes to hike, and I was like, yeah, I've been looking for a hike. So she sent me a bunch of recommendations. So I was planning to hike the Makapu'u Trail, which has a lighthouse at the end. It's very easy. I've been told it's about like a 45-minute hike. It's all paved, so it's very beginner friendly. And because I haven't trained for a while, that's what I was looking for. But with the wind the way that it was, and because there was a bunch of warnings everywhere, I was like, I messaged her and I was like, is it safe to hike this if I still can? And she was like, yeah, it'd be safe, but you'd be miserable. I was like, oh, okay, so then I won't go hiking. I will just go home. And I forgot it was the Super Bowl. So, yeah, hung out with friends online and watched the Super Bowl while that was happening in Hawaii in my bedroom. But before that, I was like, I want Tiger Sugar. I want bubble tea, so I will get bubble tea. I show up at bubble tea at 10:30. I didn't notice that they don't open until 11, but their door was unlocked. So I walk in, and the girl's like, oh, we don't open till 11. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's 10:30. Like, I can hang out until 11. But it's also raining, so I do hang out in, like, in a market. So I go back at 11, and the same girl just looks at me as soon as I come in. She's like, oh, we're cash only. I don't have cash. I've tried 3 times to get Tiger Sugar. Tiger Sugar does not like me. So I did not get Tiger Sugar anymore out of spite. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get... What did I get? What did I get instead of Tiger Sugar? I remember I got something else. I think I probably took a picture. Flash, good night. Okay, have a good one. Okay. Lion honey. Oh, actually, no, that did trigger it. Okay, so across the street, I will also get that actually. I do have pictures. So duck in a pool, of course. Okay, this was my breakfast that morning, and because I didn't get Loco Moco yet, I was told I needed to get Loco Moco, actually by Ceylon. So good job. But this was a pork Loco Moco made with Kahlua pork. Is it Moco Loco? Is it backwards? Did I say it wrong? Yes. Okay. Delicious. Yeah, it was pretty good. So I know this was like a Hawaiian cafe. It was in kind of like in a back street area, but it was very good. I would recommend it. And then across this, so that was when I ate this, and then I went to Tiger Sugar. Across the street from Tiger Sugar, there was a very long line that I had seen earlier for a coffee place, and this was Kona Coffee Provisions, I believe is the name of the place. And apparently it is very trendy. It's very popular amongst the tourists because there was a very, very long line, and I have a picture of the long line. I will show it eventually when it shows up on this reel. But they had like open face sandwiches like these look really good. And yeah, okay, prices, right? So you could kind of get a feel for the prices in Hawaii. I had thought I'd seen people walk out with a cheesecake, and I got really excited, but unfortunately it's just a tart flan, so never mind. But a lot of people recommended the black sesame koinaman, and I highly recommend it if you go to Kona Coffee Provisions. That was so good. Everything is literally imported. Yes, exactly. So no wonder everything's expensive. The person behind me was asking for recommendations. I had already ordered. So the girl who was helping us, she did mention that their chocolate chip cookie was voted best on the island, and it's as big as your face. So I understand. But when I was looking on Yelp, they had also recommended the chocolate banana almond croissant, and I ended up getting that too, and I highly recommend. That was so good. But definitely get the koinaman, the black sesame one specifically. This is the line. Like, the entrance is behind this wall into here. But So this was the first time I went. I actually ended up going to this place twice because the coffee was so good. And I don't do coffee very much, but this was very smooth. I got the honey latte. The honey latte. It went down so smoothly. I want it again. I will get it again the next time I'm in Waikiki. I will gladly wait the line. The line wasn't too bad, because they do get people in and out decently quickly. Hawaiian coffee is freaking good. Yes, I will admit that. As a non-coffee connoisseur, I will drink Hawaiian coffee. Yeah, and it wasn't like too strong, so I didn't get jitters or anything, so that was good. So finally made the bend in the line into there, and I got my honey latte. You're making me want some. I'm not even joking. Let's go get some, Mira. Okay, so that was the morning of my last day in Hawaii. So this was right before I was gonna go to the airport. So this is the airport. A lot of things in Hawaii are outdoors because it's usually nice weather, right? So the walkways between the terminals are also open, so that was great. Told me he's always wanted to go to Hawaii, so maybe one day. Hey, yeah, when you go to Hawaii, if you go to Waikiki, please hit up Kona Coffee Provisions. They're so worth it. But yeah, so that morning, my flight was supposed to leave at 10:45. With the winds and everything, apparently my flight got delayed 3 hours, and I didn't check that until I was already in the Uber on the way to the airport. So I sat in the airport playing Pokemon Go for like 3 hours. I will say, I caught a lot of Pokemon. I caught a lot of Alolan Pokemon, and it was great. I usually only play Pokemon Go when I'm traveling, so there's that. Yeah, so I ended up going to the wrong terminal when I finally moved from my recharge spot to go to my gate, because they told me G gate originally, and then when I checked the updates, it changed to E gate, so I had to turn around, and only to find out that E gate has a garden like this. I was so mad. I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to walk the garden. So the next time I'm in Waikiki and I have to go, I'll probably go through this gate again, I'm gonna go here. And then on the way home, Crunchyroll is partnered with Delta, but they only had these 4 series and Fruits Basket. So luckily I had downloaded, what did I download? Tamon's B-side, You and I Are Polar Opposites, In the Clear Moonlit Dusk I downloaded, but I didn't get around to watching it just yet because I also fell asleep and was reading manga, because what was I reading the manga of? Oh, How I Met My Soulmate had a new volume out, so I read that. I started watching Tamon's B-side. Yes, good. It's a good one. And so ended up in Salt Lake City at like 11 or 10:30. Had 40 minutes to get to my connecting flight to Atlanta. So yeah, so this was, which flight was this? I think this was the flight from Atlanta to my home. So sun was just rising. I was barely conscious at this point because as soon as I sat in the chair, because I didn't really sleep from Hawaii to Salt Lake City, and I tried to sleep but could not sleep from SLC to Atlanta. So I finally knocked out when I left Atlanta. So this was right before I passed out. And then obviously my place still had snow. So I was like, oh great, I didn't miss the snow. Great, lovely. Oh, okay. Well, this is I don't know why it was all the way over here. Oh, because it's a screenshot. Is that the last one? Hold on. Yes. Okay, so this was actually what the tour guide or the tour app looked like. So I actually started around here for my tour, but it took me all the way along the coast of Honolulu. So you're seeing the beach the majority of the time, and then it'll take you back here. So I would recommend it. it does have like a curated playlist of Hawaiian like BGM. There were a few moments where I'm just like, this is just BGM from SpongeBob. I swear I've seen this in an episode. But they'll also give you like history lessons as you're driving along. So that was really cool. And I think this last screenshot, I was so sad I didn't make it in time to this. So the Dole Plantation, where they have like Dole Whip and everything, and they grow all the pineapples, is on this tour route. But then as I was approaching it and the audio was talking about the plantation, they're like, make sure to get there before 5:30, when it closes every day. And I'm like, I look at my clock, it's 5:25. I'm like, can I still make it? Can I get a Dole Whip? I just want a Dole Whip, please. But like, I definitely want to come back here again, because what is this garden maze? Hello? This is so epic. I want to try getting lost in here. So eventually when I go back to Waikiki, I will check this out, and I will get a real Dole Whip. So yeah, I think that is it for my Hawaii trip and my Japan trip. Being a flower spirit is like cheating, though. Is it? They're not telling me. The fruits have a thing against the flowers, because the fruits and the flowers fight for nutrients, if you think about it. This is canon. But yeah, so I made it, but I finished before 4 hours. That's great. Honestly, I probably had more stories, I just don't remember all of them at this point. But that's okay. I'll probably talk about things during streams and stuff anyway. But yeah, so tomorrow, thanks guys for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. Oh, why did it pull it? Oh, I'm looking at YouTube. Oops. So I will be live again tomorrow. I will be reading your Valentine's Day stories. So please, if you haven't submitted, the form is still technically open. So if you would like to submit a story about a cute moment, or like your love story, or whatever it is that you'd like to share, I will read it. I love to gush over love, so please feed me. Although I have 10 stories so far, which is pretty awesome. So that will be tomorrow at, where's my schedule? What did I say for that? Did I say 6:30? 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be reading y'all's stories. So you have until then to submit a story. Please be appropriate, as this is a say-so and family-friendly channel. But I will probably be screaming a lot tomorrow. So let's see. So I will send you guys over to who is streaming. Who stream right now? A lot of people. Now I gotta choose my favorite person. No, I can't do that. I'm gonna send you over to... Actually, not a lot of people. This is a handful. And like only a few that I really actually know. Let's see. I will send you to... Wait, what? We need a book of... Wait, what? I forgot to submit mine. Ceylon, you still have time. Please submit your story. If you don't have a story, then have a relationship today. Go find a significant other. Make a cute memory. Submit it for the radio show, please. Oh, wait. What is this? Okay. So, I forgot. What am I doing? I'm sending you guys somewhere. I gotta figure out who's sending... Where did it go? Hold up. I have a feeling I know who I'm gonna give you over to. I'm gonna send you guys over to... there's a handful of people and I'm just like, wait. I'm torn. I don't need a recommendation. Hi. Hello, Aiko. Great, you ending. Yeah, I am ending. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Ada. If you guys like music VTubers, since I think some of you are here because of music, Ada is a very talented singer. Um, Also a very entertaining, very entertaining streamer, very sweet. So I'll send you guys over to her. She's playing Superliminal. Actually, I haven't played this game either. But yeah, so I'll start the raid and I'll send you guys over there. So make sure to join in just to support a fellow streamer, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 6. Please send in your love stories. I want to gush over love. I love love. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!